Okay. Hello, welcome people. Hello, welcome. Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. Hello, welcome. I'm sweating already in this thing, I'm not gonna lie. Jesus. It wasn't this bad when I wore it the other day. But it's warmer today, so I'm getting cooked. Audio should be good. Let me just... Gonna be doing some Photoshop stuff today, mainly, while just kind of chilling out. Might also go over some content plans. Welcome, Denji, welcome. Or shall I wear my hood down like this so it becomes my face? Just look down the entire stream. Unless I've got water to keep me hydrated, but damn, man, I'm getting cooked. Typhlosion could never... Typhlosion's reputation has been completely ruined by that one leak. I don't even know if it's true, by the way. Like, I saw a lot of people talking about that leak, but I don't actually know if it was actually a thing. I mean, not I've like really looked into the leaks, but I've just kind of seen all the jokes that have kind of spawned from it. Do you guys like the costume, by the way? It's just a whole onesie. I originally bought it for Anime NYC, but yeah, I figured I'd get more use out of it. Wear it more. Just make chat bigger so I can actually see people's names. Thank you, I appreciate that. There we go. So yeah, as I said, if you just joined, today's plan is to just go over some content plans as well as do some Photoshop stuff, because I'm currently working on a Dandadan MMV, and I kind of realized today while finalizing some of the panels that I have an ungodly amount of stuff to cut out and color. So we're going to be doing that. I'm also going to get some music ready as well, because I think I've figured out what I can and can't play. Although I still don't have a microphone stand. Well, I have a microphone stand, I haven't set it up. This is the microphone stand we're working with for people who are new. This is my advanced quality microphone stand, 3 Legend of Zelda manga volumes, owned by yours truly. I think 2 of them are the exact same. 2 of them are the Ocarina of Time ones, I think, is it? Wait, let me check it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. 2 of them are Ocarina of Time. So, haven't actually read either. But, you know, I've heard it's good. I've heard the Twilight Princess manga volume is the best, though. Alright, let me get... There we go. That's a good point. I don't know where to put them, though. I can't... There's nothing to really balance it on. They're like... Hold. Oh, crap. Wait. There we go. Welcome to the stream. I mean, this is everything you need to know about the channel, I reckon. Greninja onesie, free one. That's what it's all about, no? Shit. Okay, well, it didn't work. Free one is down. I'm sweating. I'm gonna take the mask off. It's too sweaty with the mask as well. There we go. breaks frame 1. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I thought it balanced. I thought for a second it would actually bounce, but no. There's nowhere to like balance. That's the problem. Everything's very low. Ugh. She doesn't quite appear if I put her on the book. But I know I can figure this out. Give me 2 seconds. Because I think if the stream needs a Freewind cameo on top of my head. Well, I didn't think of that one. If I put a... Wait, chat. I think I've got it. There we go. How's that? There we go. Just move my microphone slightly so she has space. There we go. Welcome everyone. Thanks for coming. Let's let a few more people get in here. For the new people who just joined, plans are to go over some content plans as well as do some Photoshop stuff. She is looking at the latest follower thing, actually. It's actually kind of perfect. I might make this like a part of like the permanent setup. I have a few Freewind models, but this is the one I've still got here. Should have worn a Typhlosion suit. You're the second person, Luna, to make a Typhlosion joke. I was saying before, I think Typhlosion's reputation is done for. Like, again, I haven't even looked into those leaks. I don't even know if they're true, but doesn't matter. The word is spread. That one old Typhlosion from a long time ago has single-handedly ruined the reputation of an entire species, which is kind of tragic. They truly are the game freaks. It seems like it. It was wild how much, like, you know, kind of freaky stuff there were in those leaks. There was like the one about Skylar as well. I thought it was a joke until I like kept reading. I won't be honest with you, I haven't even read the full thing. I've only kind of seen the reactions to it, but I should read it, I think. Was it just Typhlosion, or were there like a few Pokemon that had? Because I think I saw like a group picture. Oh, that's right, slacking as well, yeah. Yeah, I need to read up on it. Because it sounds interesting. Let me just... I need to add more free runs into my MMVs, I reckon. I've done one hidden free run in the JJK MMV, but I meant to make it like a regular thing, but then I always forget to actually put free run in. Just like one single frame in every MMV, I think should be the kind of standard going forward. And let me just... So I think I'll start off with just Photoshop. I've done some test streams over the last 3 days, and I have figured out, well, not figured out, but I've made some mistakes. But hopefully we don't make the same mistakes here, such as forgetting to change scene. I will not forget that. Let me just find the right panel. Actually, wait, which one is it? This one, I think. Yeah. Alright. Change scene. There we go. Photoshop. That's a good point. That's a good point. I made a mistake. Not yesterday. On Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. I did a test stream and I played Hades 2. And just before the kind of final boss of the new update, I muted my mic to go to the toilet, and then when I came back, I forgot to unmute the mic. So I've just got a good old recording of myself celebrating and shouting while being completely muted. So, and it was like 10 minutes later, when I was about to end the stream, that I realized I was muted for the last, like 15 minutes. So, but I won't make that mistake again, because that was a bit of a gut punch. I remember to, unmute the microphone. Oh, because now I follow a lot of things working. Maspy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. And AndyMan04 as well, thank you for the follow. A bit late to that one, but we learn bit by bit. So this is what we're working with right now in Photoshop. I've got about a bajillion different panels I need to cut out for this Dan MMV. For those who don't know, my laptop is dead, and then my laptop is kind of what I've made all of my MMVs on so far. And yeah, it's kind of done for. The hard drive failed. So that's in repair currently. But this PC, which I got from my brother, is which I'm primarily using for streaming, is what I'm currently making a Dan MMV on. Of course, I would be working on the Mob Psycho MMV if I could, but, you know, all of that's on the laptop, and I was able to back up some of it, but yeah. New laptop donation bar. It's in guarantees, so hopefully I should just be able to, you know, if they can repair it, we're good anyway. Shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, if for the next stream you see a donation bar, we know why. So I'm just going to start cutting this out. For this kind of image, actually, what's nice about some of the art in this series is that the line art's pretty clear and thick. So I can just use like magic eraser to get rid of stuff, which is very convenient. The Dan anime, by the way, if you haven't already watched it, is very good, and I highly recommend it. Oh wait, I forgot to start the music. Whoops. I knew I was forgetting something. Let me just find a video quickly. Oh, too loud. Stream-friendly Nintendo music, that's all I need. There we go. Hello, welcome. Welcome, Glaze. Welcome, Koryugi. Thanks for coming. Let me know if the music's too... Oh, wait. Do I have the... Yeah. Let me know if the music's ever too loud. Even though I've done some test streams, there's only so much we can kind of troubleshoot beforehand. Let me pick different style actually. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, what was I saying? Dan. Watch it. There we go. Yeah, and then there's Blue Lock. Man, so I'm not even... So I haven't read Blue Lock. I haven't watched Blue Lock. But... Reflection of the hair. These aren't the reflections of the hair. These are the gap. This is the reflection of the hair. But this bit up here, which a magic eraser didn't get rid of, is just... gap in hair at the top. That's how I see it, at least. Maybe you think it's a reflection. Like, this also isn't part of the hair. This is his head, his forehead. But yeah, no, Blue Lock. That's rough, man. I haven't read the manga. I haven't watched the anime regularly. But from what I've seen, I don't know, man, that looks rough. I think it's tragic with how popular the manga got, especially during, like, what was it, the World Cup, I think? It, like, seemed like popularity-wise it was skyrocketing, and then it just kind of fell off a cliff. This one's already been upscaled. I've already upscaled this one. I did the upscaling beforehand, but I mean, in terms of where you want to upscale it, you know, it's up to you. I think it's upscale.media or something is one I use. But there are quite a few out there. Is that Kim Jong-un? He kind of looks like it. I think a lot of people have made that comparison. Just to be able to see exactly what I need to get rid of. There we go. Ah, that's unfortunate. Magic eraser is not perfect, so I cut out half his foot, which is rough. I'm just gonna go back actually. There we go. See this little gap here is there we go. Now it's fixed. I'm just gonna do the other layer beforehand so I can catch that stuff in advance. There we go. Alright, now if we use magic eraser, his shoes are fine. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna draw over this as well. Let's get rid of the white. Transparent pixels, like that. Fill, boom. But instead of drawing over the entire outline again to get rid of the white, I'm gonna do another little trick in a sec, which I've only very recently started doing for this MMV. Will you ever make a solo leveling MMV? Maybe. I'm not sure. It's not on the immediate plans. But I definitely could. I like solo leveling quite a lot. I remember reading the manga and I was very addicted to it. The anime is good as well. Let me see. Stroke. Inner stroke. Put it to like 5. So what this does, you can see with the stroke effect, it gets rid of that kind of white outline that the magic eraser doesn't get rid of, because it's quite close to the image. And then to get rid of that effect entirely, if we just merge these two layers, we've still got the inner stroke effect, but now it doesn't have the blending mode on it, so we can add more stuff. So that's good. And then another thing I do specifically for this MMV is I've been adding stroke on the outside as well. To like 10, maybe not 10. On second thought, maybe not 10. Maybe I should separate the layer first, actually, because his hair is not... If I add the stroke there, it kind of gets rid of all the detail. Okay, how about if I do it like this? Separate it. Once I set the microphone stand up, we're going to be good. But right now, for those who've just joined, this is the setup for the microphone. 3 Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time volumes. It's not very practical, but, you know, it works, kind of, not really. What manga are you currently reading? A lot. Too many. Like, I think in terms of ongoing manga, I think I'm reading, like, I don't know, it's hard to keep track. In terms of, like, manga I'm, like, enjoying right now, I mean, obviously, Dan, you know, shocker. But also, I'm enjoying... Actually, what am I even reading at the moment? Freerun, Chainsaw Man... Oops, cut his head off. What am I... There we go. Right, now if I add the stroke, it won't affect the hair. Outside, 10. There we go. Because I want the thick outline. Merge layers. Perfect. And we can just fix this bit here. Like so. Nice. When we do again, will you play Elden Ring? I could play Elden Ring, although I will say that I very recently played Elden Ring. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Elden Ring. I was really late to playing it. I think I only played it just after the DLC dropped. I played it for the very first time. And, yeah, no, it's amazing. It was very, very fun. Although, I could definitely replay with a different build, though. Because the first time I played it, I just used, like, a strength build. And was just jump attacking everything with the greatsword and then the hammer. Have you read Kindergarten Wars? I have read Kindergarten Wars, actually. Wars? I have read that one. It's fun. It's a fun series. I think it'll probably get a pretty good anime adaptation as well. I think it might be a little repetitive, but I think Kindergarten Wars stuck out to me initially because it had like a really good manga animation. I don't know if I can play it 'cause it's copyright, but it's really, really good. So what am I doing? Okay, wait, so I've cut this out. I'm just going to save that for now. Let me open... You see, I've got quite a few here. It's not just this guy, but this guy is just the guy we're cutting out at the moment. This should be fine with Magic Eraser. Yeah, there we go. And then same as last time, blending mode, or blending options, stroke, inner stroke, down to 5. And then once again, it just gets rid of the white outline. Much less, there we go. Freerun build? What would be the Freerun build? Specifically. Dawn Machine, thank you, really appreciate that. TBV, what's TBV? Elden Ring's your first Souls game? It's pretty much the same as me, or for me. I think technically my first Souls game was Bloodborne, but I never really finished it. So, yeah. I mean, I say I never finished it. When I played it, soon after initially released, and I was too young, and I barely got into it at all. And then they just haven't really released it outside of the PS4, and I don't even know where my copy is anymore, so it's kind of annoying. I don't know why they don't just, like, release the game. Like, re-release it. It's stupid. Like, why is there not a PC port? Fire Punch. I haven't read Fire Punch, actually. I've been meaning to read Fire Punch for a while, as well as like a bajillion other series, but I haven't read Fire Punch, unfortunately. Why'd you pick up Pokemon your avatar? Favorite one? Yeah, pretty much. It's Greninja was my favorite Pokemon in X and Y when the games initially dropped, but then, you know, for those who've seen the Pokemon anime specifically, like Pokemon XYZ and Pokemon XY, you know, Greninja was kind of your favorite Pokemon because he had his own like transformation, which is what my profile picture specifically is. I mean, this is just normal Greninja, but the one in my profile picture is the Ash Greninja, or, you know, Satoshi Gakoga kind of transformation. It was sick. But it also carries a bit of a trauma because he lost in the finals, and it really just broke my 16-year-old heart. Hey, NOXD, welcome. Twin Blue Vortex? Oh, is that the Boruto thing? I haven't read Boruto. I haven't read Naruto. Yeah. A MMV maker called Ninjaristic Ninja. Never read or watched Naruto. Make of that what you will. Whoops. Crazy, yes. It's... I haven't... No. Hi, no. Well, I'm good. Good. Thanks for asking. How are you doing? What do you for a living? Is MV the only way? Currently, I'm trying to do freelance editing. But without my actual laptop, I'm kind of doing nothing outside of MMVing and streaming. So we're in a current kind of temporary rough patch. But, you know, hopefully we can build this up. Wouldn't be my bad to do content creation. I've always wanted to, so this was like a natural kind of evolution. Okay, he's cut out. Move on to the next. Turbo Pitch. There we go. Granny. Dishonor 75. Hi, welcome. Hello, Stardust saying welcome. Did you watch the Look Back movie? I haven't watched the Look Back movie. I want to watch the Look Back movie, but it just didn't appear in any of my nearby cinemas. It's annoying. Cat person or dog person? Probably cat person. I mean, I'll say I've never had a pet before, ever. Not even like a goldfish or anything. But if I was going to get a pet, I'd probably want a cat, just because I think it'd be less, you know, less to deal with. And I might be completely, like, dead wrong. But, yeah. Can't see. Cats are just better. I mean, my favorite funny videos often involve cats. So, you know, I might be kind of biased. Yeah, I mean, that's the same with me. I think dogs just be too much. I guess it depends on what dog you get, like what breed, but... Will you ever do an MMV of one of the big three? Well, like... What is the big three? Is it One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, right? I could do. Truth be told, I don't think I'm fully caught up on any of the big three. I mean, you know, Naruto, as I said, I haven't actually read or watched. Bleach, I started reading a while back, and I couldn't fully get into it, so... And then One Piece, is just, it takes so long that I'm still very far off. Five dogs. Damn. I mean, I respect it, but... I don't think I could manage that. 5 dogs is a lot, man. I think even for, like, dog lovers, I assume 5 dogs is quite a lot. We're just having to cut this part out manually, because if I use Magic Eraser, as you'd imagine, it's not going to, you know, cut this properly. But I think once we cut this part, we can just Magic Eraser the rest of it. You've been editing a lot of MHA recently. Thoughts on the ending? I'm kind of mixed on the ending. I won't go into like spoiler territory in case, you know, any anime onlys. But what I will say is that how do I put it? I think I enjoyed the ending overall, but it's not my favorite. I don't know. I think some aspects I definitely wish had different outcomes involving certain villains and characters. And I do think, I will say that the final chapter of the war itself, or the actual, final chapter within that war, is one of my least favorite chapters. For like a bunch of reasons. Not just like writing decisions, but also like art-wise. It's just very kind of underwhelming. I don't know. Maybe that's a hot take. I think it's just knowing how well, Horikoshi can draw, and how well he's drawn for other parts of the same arc and stuff. I know, that final chapter was kind of weird, to be honest. Semi JJK? Yeah, I feel kind of similar about JJK, to be honest. Like, I like parts of it, but I don't know. I hope the volume release saves it. And initially, when I was making the MHA Still Here video, the plan was to wait for the final volume to make it like a longer version, but I just kind of got impatient of waiting. And also, I didn't want to wait that long just for the volume release to not actually fix anything, but would have enjoyed JJK more if I didn't read the leaks. I don't disagree. I think that's probably the case. I think it's good that people seem to be rejecting leaks more after JJK and MHA. Because, well, I don't personally hold it against the leakers themselves. I do think that ultimately, I mean, like with many things, like gaming's the same. I think we're just better off without leaks. I mean, obviously there were some leaks into like the Pokemon ones that are kind of funny. But in terms of like upcoming announcements and releases and stuff, I think leaks are pretty annoying. I like what everyone's bringing up the Typhlosion thing. As soon as we mention Pokemon, someone's like, that Typhlosion lore is diabolical. Imagine if Typhlosion was my profile picture. And like the whole operation would have been dead. Like I was genuinely afraid that like I was gonna look on Twitter, because it wasn't just Typhlosion, it was like a few Pokemon, and I was genuinely scared that I was gonna see Greninja in the list of names. I was like genuinely afraid, because that's like my whole thing. I have a Greninja onesie. I can't just pivot. Cinderace was not on the name, on the list, should I say? Nice. What are people's favorite Pokemon games, out of interest? Actually, wait, I've done this part. I always forget to just magic erase when I've done a certain amount. There we go. Oh, actually, let me just get this background first so I don't miss something that shouldn't be cut out. Boop. Nice. Diamond and Pearl, respect. I think my favorite's probably Black and White 2, but Pokemon Pearl was the first game I played as a kid, so I'd rather Charizard. I'd prefer if Charizard was there. Charizard's had it too good for too long. I hate how much Game Freak loved that fucking Pokemon, man. I mean, I have a personal beef with Charizard because when Greninja lost in the anime, it lost to Charizard, and it, as I've said, it kind of broke my my heart. So I have a personal beef with that stupid lizard. So I would pray for the days where his PR would just crash. Apologies to any Charizard lovers in the chat, but yeah, Charizard is like their golden boy. Like every chance they get, it's like, oh, here's another Charizard form. It's like, wow, it's only the 70th we've gotten. I'm sick of it, man. Oh, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I get the appeal of Charizard. Like, I think he's cool. It's got a pretty simple design, but it's cool. It's a cool starter. But, like, can we move on, man? It's been a while. I mean, look, I'll be honest. A lot of it does come from the XY anime, Greninja losing to Charizard on the finals, you know? That's where my beef is, but even so. I'm just going to put stroke on this one as well. There we go. There we go. Favorites AMV editors. It's tricky. I mean, Alinko, I guess, because they're one of the first ones that inspired me. Nanatsuki as well. You haven't seen the one of the Monogatari. I don't know which. I'm not super familiar with the series, but the Monogatari series one, the MMV. There's also Neb's World has made some really cool stuff. There's an editor called K that made a really, really good Dandadan MMV. I recommend searching up. If you search Dandadan and then K with like K-E-I, their video should come up. Also Kawasen, who did the kind of really cool colored Gojo vs Sukuna MMV that a lot of people have used. Yeah, those are the ones off like the top of my head that come to mind. But there's so many out there, Yuji Kirigaya, I'm not sure who that is. But I hope they get their channel back if they've been hacked. Just getting rid of these blobs. The downside of Magic Eraser is that when you try to add something like stroke, there's obviously these kind of imperfections, but at least once you add stroke, you can kind of see it. It's just not too bad. You ever watch or read Blue Box? Blue Box. So there's so many anime with blue in the name. Is Blue Box is the romance one, right? This airing right now. Just to make sure I don't go on like a tangent about something. You know what I mean? The sports, right? Okay, yeah. I have read it. Yeah, I've been reading Blue Box since chapter 1, actually. I initially read the one shot before it got announced it was getting serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump, and yeah. It's not bad. I think its weakest aspect is just the pacing. It really drags on in like the middle of the story. But it's been much better lately. Like since stuff has kind of happened, it's been a lot more enjoyable to read. And plus the art's really good. I think my only problem with Blue Box sometimes is that it feels like it doesn't know if it wants to be like a sports anime or a romance anime. It just kind of like hovers on both and just neither one kind of really excels, it feels like, until later. But I mean, I haven't watched the anime, but I've heard it's got a good adaptation. How do you decide to make conversations in MMVs? You create storyboards that just kind of come to you naturally. Start experimenting manga, edits myself, but struggle with making it look cozy and dynamic. I mean, in terms of transitions, I'll say a big inspiration for my videos in general is anime openings. Anime openings, anime endings are where I get a lot of my ideas. Not just in like, transitions, but music choice and, I don't think it's a secret that my videos very heavily lead into anime opening inspiration. And the current Dandadan MMV I'm working on right now is very, very heavily inspired by anime endings. So yeah, I get a lot of inspiration there. When it comes to storyboarding, I tend to storyboard beforehand. I tend to kind of pick out panels, and then I have the music playing in my head, and then I kind of try to imagine it. In terms of like the specifics of transitions, I just think zooming in and then zooming out of something's a good one for like individual panels, and then I just think zooming in and then zooming into the next shot is just a really good go-to that I used a lot. Specifically, if you have the speed of the kind of zoom, kind of for the shot you're transitioning out of, if you do, I think it's called easy ease out, which is like the speed where it kind of speeds up towards the end. If you do that into a zoom, which is easy ease in, where it starts fast and then slows down, you pair those together, it makes a good transition every single time. It took me a long while to realize actually about easy ease in and out, but a lot of blues. There are a lot of blues. There's blue flag. Well, there's blue flag, blue lock, blue box, blue giant, blue ride. I think is another old romance one. There's like so many blues. So whenever someone says, "Oh, you've read this blue one," it's like, which one's that again? Like, was it Blue Lock or Blue Box? Or is that the sports manga? Wait, no, they're both sports manga. Is that the sports romance manga? It's tricky. Where are you from? I'm from the UK. Hello, Harry Reid. Welcome. Have you read Jagan? I have not, no. I've heard of the name. I recognize the name, but I don't think I've read it. How's that? Did I already add the stroke? I'm losing track. Did I add the stroke or not? I can't actually remember. I don't think I did. Let me just check on the original image. How thick was the outline? I think I already added it. Yeah, okay, I did. Have you read Berserk? I have read Berserk, yes. In fact, on the topic of Berserk, I have read Berserk, and I read it in these. I was gonna open it to a page, but it might open to like a really dark page, so I'm not gonna do that just in case. But I have read Berserk, and I recommend if you're somehow able, because these are quite pricey, but if you are able to get your hands on these, I do recommend them, because my Berserk binge. Yeah, don't open it. I know. My binge of Berserk was probably my favorite binge I've ever had for a manga, just because of how fucking big these volumes are. Like, it's so cool. Oh yeah. There we go. Bro, I bought 3 of them. My goddamn wallet. Yeah, no, exactly. It's rough. Can you show your PC specs? I mean, well, this I wouldn't really count this PC because this isn't really what I edit on. I don't make MMVs on this mainly. This is just like a temporary thing, which I'm mainly using for streaming. But this is like a AMD Ryzen 5, like 3600, I think. It's like 16 gigabytes of RAM. My actual laptop, I can't remember the specifics, but it's 32 gigabytes of RAM. And it, you know, that the specs on that one maybe don't matter as much because it's dead. Currently, it's in repair. So, hi, Mamasuki, welcome. Your opinion on Kagurabachi? I mean, what is there to say? It's great, you know. It started as a meme, but it's genuinely really, really good. I recommend it. I think some people might look at it as still like just kind of a meme that people are kind of dedicated to, but genuinely, it's really good. I do think it starts a little bit slow in the first few chapters, but like it picks up in that first arc very quickly. What haven't I cut out yet? GG. There we go. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Yeah. I will say, actually, I'm not actually currently caught up on Kagurabachi. I haven't caught. I'm like 10 something chapters behind. But yeah, no, it's really good. It's really good. I think actually no, it might even be. I might be behind more chapters. You know, I think the place where I stopped, not because I wasn't enjoying it or anything, but just because it just happened and I just kind of got behind on stuff. I think I read up until the end of the arc where the guy was like, proceed. That guy. The auction. That's what it was. It was the auction. Yeah, I got to the end of that arc. And then yeah, it's kind of on pause at the moment. Yeah, that doesn't mean that's it. Yeah. Ever thoughts of making AMV? I have, yes. I'm planning to. No, I haven't just thought about it, I'm planning to. I've actually had a few ideas of songs to use as well. But yeah, I don't know when I'll make one, specifically, but sometime in 2025, I think, I'll be making one. I'd intended to make more MMVs this year, to be honest, but stuff just ended up taking longer than it should have, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, you know, Kagurabachi. Luckily, I will say, even if I don't make one immediately for Kagurabachi, there were a lot of people who've started making MMVs and manga edits for that series to kind of go along with its popularity, so it's definitely going to be a lot of content for people. Favorite music genre? I don't know, man. My music taste is all over the place. Like, it's... yeah. I think this year I started listening to a lot of like jazz fusion stuff, so I really enjoy that. I really like these kind of video gamey type soundtracks, which we're listening to right now. I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. I've been listening. I mean, I like rock in general. I'm trying to think. It really has just mostly been jazz fusion this year, which is, I mean, mainly like a mix of jazz and rock. For some reason, I also went through like a Beauty and the Beast phase. I can't really explain that one. I don't know. I just had this weird phase of like, I was really just enjoying the Beauty and the Beast soundtrack. Cassiopeia, yes. Cassiopeia are just the best. Cassiopeia is pretty much what got me into jazz fusion. Like, everything was like late last year, so. I think if Cassiopeia aren't at the top of my Spotify Wrapped, then I failed. Alright, we'll do this stroke thing again. Inside 5. And that should... There we go. Get rid of that. Perfection. There we go. Merge layers. And then... I might cut out the arms first for this one, actually. Because I want the stroke to be on the fingers as well. Or do I? Don't know. Favorite Cassiopeia song? Oh, I don't know. That's difficult. I think the one I've listened to most is Eyes of the Mind. Was it Eye of the Mind? Eyes of the Mind? One of those. I like Eyes of the Mind. I like Asayake. I like Space Road. Is a really good one. I know there's too many to list. And also, I will say that on Spotify, they don't actually list the English names. I like Midnight Rendezvous a lot as well. 2 months of my Cruella versus Hisoka MMV will done. We're looking forward to it. That's a really... I read that fight, and I really enjoyed it, but I did spend half of it trying to figure out what was actually happening. It's one of those things I've been wanting to make a manga edit for Hisoka versus Cruella for quite a while, but it's difficult to pick songs sometimes. Like, I will not start animating something until I've got a song locked in. And in the case for that one, I just don't currently. Call of the Night MMV? Probably not. I'm just gonna say because I haven't. I don't think I've read most of it. I think, but I don't think I actually ever finished it. The opening for that one's a banger, though. I actually made a Google Slides for content plans, which I'll probably open in just a minute. Just to just give a rundown what the plans are for streaming, because the plans for streaming are long term. This isn't just like a one-off thing. I didn't find this perfect free run setup just for a one-off stream. So I'll go over that in a minute. First time I've made a PowerPoint in about 5 years, probably longer. I watched some of the anime for Call of the Night. I think I watched some of the anime and then I just ended up reading the manga instead. I think is how it went. There you go. Nice. I think I'm probably more of a manga person. I used to be an anime person more, but I think once... I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like for most people, I feel like once you start reading manga... It's not even a case of manga being better, it's just manga being quicker to read. Because once I started reading manga, it became a lot more difficult to kind of sit through an anime episode, given that you can, like, you know, cover the same amount of content at your own pace within, like, you know, a fraction of the time. So I don't know, it's tricky. Is that an arm? Yeah, I think it is. There we go. Yeah, but you know, there are some exceptions. Obviously, I'm watching Dan Dan. Already read the manga, but I will be there every single week for that. Yeah, it's really just a pacing thing. And also, I mean, you know, there's the advantage of the art kind of generally being more consistent. I mean, obviously, it's, you know, manga. Yeah, I don't watch nearly as much anime as I used to. I used to, like... I felt like everyone's kind of at that point while they watched anime where they were able to binge an entire, you know, anime within the span of like a day. But now it's like, I struggle, man. I can't do that. Even if I have the time, I still struggle. Marcus the Loser, welcome. Yeah, the streams are finally here. Ah, I cut the wrong part out. Whoops. I'm surprisingly cool in the Greninja onesie, I'm just going to say. I thought I'd be sweating buckets by now, but I'm surprisingly at peace. Gojo Sakuna? I like Gojo more. I will say though, with like that whole Nat I'd win thing, I feel like I'm going crazy with like how it's used, because and like you see it on like other brand kind of things, like there's like esport teams that like Photoshop their players saying Nat I'd win, but like isn't it a jinx? Like he said Nat I'd win, then he fucking lost. He got off screened. Like it's like, do they not know? But you only ever see it get used as like a positive thing. Like he got fucked up, man. Am I crazy? Like, it reminds me of that one Spider-Man meme, where it's like, when he takes the glasses off, he can see better. When in the context of the movie, it's him taking the glasses, what did I just say? Was it like, the meme is where he puts the glasses on, he can see better. When he takes it off, he can see better in the actual movie. Because he's got, you know, spider enhanced vision now. It just reminds me of that. Do you use generate fill too? I don't tend to, no. I tend to just use, if I do need to fill something, I tend to just use either this, the spot healing brush, or, which, you know, I don't use it like this, but me, you know, there's texture. Or I use the stamp tool to kind of clone the thing and then redraw it and whatnot. But I don't use generative fill, no. Oh, the Wii music? What is playing? I've currently got a 90 minutes of my favorite video game music by Shadow at Noon. Because this playlist, according to them, is stream friendly. Which is, you know, the main thing I'm trying to be careful of. Bit of a banger though. I feel like pretty much all of the Wii tracks are very nostalgic. One microgram dose of lobotomy. Pretty much. But JJK memes have spread far. Like, they go so mainstream. I mean, obviously NAD wins the biggest one, but there've been quite a few that have kind of spread outside of the fandom. Did I? it's good enough. The Hikari dance spread far. It did, yeah. I don't know. It's funny, right? Because when I made the culling game MMV, I really didn't... Like, I animated that part of the video, and I thought, yeah, that's funny. That's cool. But I thought the big highlight of that video was going to be Yuta fighting... what are their names? Ryu and Uro, I think. I mean, it's pretty much just Ryu in that video, to be honest. Uro didn't really do much. But, like, I thought that'd be the clear highlight. And then when I uploaded the video... I was mentioned in like a bajillion Hikari dance edits on TikTok. And it just, yeah, it blew up. So, I'll say this, right? We're probably going to be affiliate in 3 days. I think to become affiliate, to qualify for it, I think we have to stream... Oh, whoops. We have to stream for another 3 days, I think. 3 more streams. And then we're affiliate. So... I think when we're affiliate, we can add emotes. I think that's how it works. So, Hikari dance emotes on the way, assuming that's allowed. I assume it's allowed. I don't know, to be honest. If it isn't, it's a tragedy. But even so, I think every scene on my OBS has Hikari dancing in it. I think all of them do. Okay. It's fine. Let me just... Okay. Spot healing brush saved me. Nice. This is how I like using the spot healing brush. Just by kind of drawing over it and praying that it magically just works. And most of the time, I mean, maybe not most of the time, but like a lot of the time it does. Yeah, okay. Do as much as I can with spot healing. I miss Gojo vs. Sukuna progress posts with free run. Those are fun to make, you know, but I will say, so for people who don't know, right, I post quite a few snippets on Twitter and stuff. And for Gojo vs. Sukuna specifically, or starting with that, I would edit free run into all of them somewhere, sometimes like right in front of the screen. But I'll say those pissed people off. Like they did well and they got a lot of likes, but like there was a small kind of community within that really hated seeing free run in those edits, because I think they genuinely thought that the final video was going to have free run appear like as a part of the video properly. And I did keep it as like a cameo just to, you know, because I can do what I want. But yeah, people were not a fan of those cameos. They were very angry, which you know, I think is a little bit of an exaggeration, but you know, to each their own. Nice. See, that's what I mean. Magic healing brush just does so much good work sometimes, and then other times it's useless, but it's not bad. Salvageable. There we go. The loud minorities took freedom from us. I didn't stop including freedom in those things because of them. Let's just be clear about that. If I ever forget to include freedom in snippets, it's because I forget. I assure you, no vocal minority is going to stop me. Let's make that crystal clear. Like the freedom being in snippets is not ending anytime soon. I just need to remember to do it. There we go. It's great because like, with those freedom snippets, I was able to shoehorn freedom into my brand. Because I couldn't do it with my MMV, so I was like, whatever, I'll just inject it into the JJK stuff instead. And it worked, honestly. There we go. What's blocking this? Is it the arm? Yeah, okay. See, this kind of redrawing is kind of pointless because like this isn't going to be shown, but I just can't not redraw this part. It's going to drive me crazy. There we go. Perfect. Even injected into the stream, yep. This was someone else's idea, for the record. I didn't actually intend to keep her here, but someone had the brilliant idea of trying to hide her someone in the stream. Initially, we tried on top of the microphone. Unfortunately, she did fall, and I thought she actually broke for a second, but luckily she's okay. I wonder who that is. It's a good idea, honestly. I'm ashamed I didn't think of it earlier. I mean, it's kind of convenient that we have the Hikari dancing stuff, because that was initially just for like Discord emojis and, you know, that kind of thing. But it's ended up being a nice little asset for the streams as well. I know way too many of these soundtracks off by heart. I think this is Mario Kart. When's the next Mario Kart? It's been like, how many years? There we go. Once I've done redrawing this part, I'm gonna go over quickly the content plans I mentioned before. Since we've got a few people in here. Because it's not just this. The streams are going to be more than just this, but I'm just doing this as a first stream because it makes the most sense, I feel like. Instead of diving straight into playing a game. So is there a program capture thing? I'll try that, I guess. But I am being careful. I did, during the test streams, make sure that I was, you know, being careful. Arlie, I thank you for the follow. And Lazcap. And Roy Gunter. And Harrow Reed, and Z83500702, and Stade123. Thank you for the follows. Sorry, I forgot to kind of keep track of the follows. But thank you, all of you, for the follow. I really appreciate it. But you know, I am being careful with the screen sharing thing. Like whenever I need to like switch stuff or do certain things, I'm just gonna go to the just chatting screen. There we go. Alright, magic healing brush, save me. It's not bad. Could be worse. I was saying, I think I mentioned on Twitter that I'm looking for horror games. So next week, since we're in October, we're going to play some horror games on stream. Horror game streams. Which are going to be great for me because I'm really bad with horror. But it seems like a fun idea. For the record, for me, the time I stream is at like 9 PM at night. Mouthwashing is one that a few people have mentioned. So I assume mouthwashing's good. And I don't mean the act of washing your mouth, but yeah, mouthwashing is apparently a good one. There's also an old one, which I think I bought, but I never played when I was younger, called, what was it called? Dungeon Nightmares, I think? Dungeon Nightmares or Dungeon Nightmares 2. I remember that one, I think, just having just a bunch of jump scares. So, we've got some variety. I think mouthwash, is it mouthwashing, so I say? Dungeon Nightmares 2. Someone mentioned a FNAF game. I think it was like Into the Pit or something. If that's, I don't know if that's good or not. Fear and Hunger, I don't know what that one is, but I'll keep that in mind. I'll bookmark that. How are we there? Okay, cool. Okay, let me just quickly go back here for a second. So on the topic of content, while I remember, I did make a PowerPoint. Just to briefly go over stuff. It's a really good PowerPoint, trust me, you're gonna love it. Check this. Yeah. All the transitions. Yeah, so schedule-wise, it's pretty much, it's going to be mostly 4 times a week around this time. Every week is the plan. We'll do this as kind of trial 2024, the rest of it's going to be a little bit of a trial to see how it works, see if it, people are okay with it. Yeah. Might also do Tuesday next week specifically, just so I can get Twitch affiliate. We'll see how it goes. And then for YouTube, because I did say if you checked the YouTube community post, you'll see that I mentioned about YouTube streaming as well, and that will be less of a focus, but I'll probably do that on Wednesdays and Thursdays, kind of sporadically. I'm not sure specifically what times, probably the same as the Twitch streams, like around the same time, and those will probably just be more like these streams, so I'm just cutting out panels and stuff. But the Twitch is going to be more focused with a side of gaming as well. So in terms of content, cutting out prepping panels, which is what we've kind of been doing today. Then occasionally stuff in After Effects. And the reason I say occasionally is because, again, I don't make MMVs on this machine. And I don't really want to install a bunch of plugins to make this my main editing machine. Like Photoshop is kind of enough. But I can do some After Effects stuff on here as well. Again, I'm making the Dan MMV on here specifically. So, I can do little mini editing tutorials there as well for people who want to know how to achieve specific effects. And just general anime yapping and kind of tier lists. I say tier lists because I like the idea of tier lists. And I always find it really funny when people share their tier lists on Twitter and just get absolutely ripped apart. Like there's that website like Tier List Maker or something. Tier list, yeah, you get it. Tier List Maker is just a gift to the world. Beanstar Zero, welcome. So tier list, because I have so many awful opinions I can put into a visual form in a tier list. Especially on some popular series. Yeah, so that could be funny. And then on the gaming front, Mario & Luigi Brothership is an upcoming game that I would like to play on stream. I have my Nintendo Switch. I have it set up to where I can stream my Switch with no problems on here. I've tested it. It works. And Mario & Luigi Brothership specifically is a game I'm really looking forward to. So I'd love to do that. Metaphor as well is another game I think would be good for a longer playthrough. That'll probably be one I'll do early 2025, just because it's a longer game and I'd rather not kind of stop and start it before Christmas. I'd rather just kind of start it and then keep it going. Maybe Dragon Quest 3. I'm looking forward to the game, but I don't know if I'll stream it. Hades 2 as well is another one which I think would be just good as like kind of chill game to play. Do some runs on Hades 2 while just kind of talking to chat. If people want to see that, I can. I mean, I love Hades 2 and I love playing it, so there's an option. Pokemon Nuzlocke. Obviously, I'm wearing a Pokemon onesie, and I have a Pokemon profile picture, and I've made Pokemon MMVs, or one. Planning to make another soon. So yeah, I haven't actually done a Pokemon Nuzlocke before, not properly. I think the one Hades 1 and 2 OST tier list, that's a banger, because there are some genuine, like, top tier soundtracks in there. But Pokemon Nuzlocke, I think that'd be a fun idea, because I suck. You're not just straight up frog? Unfortunately, no. I'm a human wearing the skin of one. So, make of that what you will. Have you played Hollow Knight? I haven't played Hollow Knight, but it's funny you mention that because I was going through my Steam library earlier today, and Hollow Knight's there. I have the game, I haven't installed it, I've never played it before, but that could be a fun game to play, because I'd basically be going in blind, so I very happily play Hollow Knight. That'd be fun. And then horror games, as I said. Horror games won't just be constrained to October. They'll probably be like a bi-weekly thing. On like Saturdays or Sundays, one of the days. But for this month specifically, we're looking for multiple horror games to play. Already got a few in mind, but yeah. And then outside of gaming, and then more stuff. I mean, there's like a lot of games that kind of randomly trend on Twitch and appear out of nowhere. So, we'll keep an eye on stuff like that. And then also watching gaming showcases and stuff, which will probably be less scheduled with these streams. But all I'm saying is if they suddenly announce like a Nintendo Direct in the middle of the week, at like 2 p.m, I will start streaming and I'll just watch it. So if anyone wants to watch that together, we can make little bingo cards. and watch those. I mean, I love those presentations, and I've always wanted to kind of watch them with a group, but you know, most of my friends don't really care about Nintendo Directs like I do, so yeah. So there's a thing as well. And then outside of that, that's basically it. Those are the content plans we have currently. So yeah, let me just go back to this. I think that was a really good presentation, personally. Hikari's crotch jump scare, yeah. Play Hollow Knight so we can put on the clown makeup and wait for Silksong together? Hell yeah. I have been wanting to play Hollow Knight, so that's legitimately, like, when I saw it in my library, I was like, I hope people like that idea. Because, you know, I've been wanting to play Hollow Knight. That could be the first game we play, because, you know, a Mario and Luigi Brothership isn't coming out for another, you know, 2 weeks. Something like that, 2 to 3 weeks. So, we could play Hollow Knight. I'd be pretty happy to do that. And again, I would be going in blind. All I've heard is that it's difficult. But, I mean, I like platformers anyway, so it'd be up my alley, I reckon. What music is this? Mario Circuit, give me something else. It's a bit of a random playlist, isn't it? Let me get something a little bit more laid back. I swear that literally just played, but that's fine. There we go. Okay, we're good. Nice. So yeah, those are the content plans. I just need my desk. Ow. So we'll be going with that, I mean, starting today, pretty much. Tomorrow we might play Hollow Knight, if people want to see that. Most streams won't just be in Photoshop. We'll probably do like a mix of some Photoshop stuff while also doing some games as well. Again, 2024 will be like a bit of a trial period while we kind of figure things out. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Also, this soundtrack. Can I just say that Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, or Pokemon Platinum, has the best soundtrack in the entire Pokemon series? Hot take, maybe? Because like the city soundtracks are just like the best. Alright, where's... Okay, there we go. Need to cut this part out. Isn't it so good, this tool? Spot healing brush is just doing so much heavy lifting every time. There we go. Okay, perfect. And now... It'll be easier to type as well when I have my... an actual microphone stand set up, because right now I'm having to like reach around these 3 Zelda volumes and it's very awkward. There we go. That is okay. Let me cut that part out, and we'll also thin this down. Like that. Nice. Perfect. Also thin this down as well. Any other parts? Yeah. World of Horror. I've never heard of that one, but I'll bookmark that one as well. What the other person say? So it's Fear and Hunger. I'm gonna actually write these down, because I'm going to forget if I don't. Fear and Hunger. I recognize the art for this one. Fear and Hunger and World of Horror, was it? World of Horror, okay. Oh, I recognize World of Horror. I remember seeing it like an indie showcase. It looked cool. Very cool kind of art style. Sobe Souls, welcome. Also, you're correct. Thank you. Good eye. Whoops. Got a scan. I mean, that's good enough. Again, I probably don't need to be quite as picky about it, but okay, nice. It'll bug me if I spot stuff later. Alright, cool. So my go GG it is. I love Dandadan's cast, it's so good. Look, like just across the board, I think the characters are great. What am I doing? I always forget to just whip out a magic eraser every time. I always start, because I've only recently started using magic eraser like this, like how I'm supposed to be using it, but I always forget. Boom. Job done. Did it ruin anything? I think we're good. Okay, we're good. Nice. Can't think of a single cast mode I don't like. Even including the Kinta, you're so real for that. I've got like a lot of panels of him for this video so far. I also forgot, I just realized, to add the blending mode on this. Whoops. Let me fix that. There we go. Merge layers. Perfect. Thank you for reminding me, actually. I wouldn't have spotted that otherwise. Nice. With genres, I mean, in terms of horror games, I'm just kind of looking for basically just shorter, smaller horror games that we can just play as a fun thing and within like a stream, I guess. Also, wait, what's the thickness on that? No, 5. There we go. So for those who don't know, the way we're using this inner stroke is to basically get rid of the white outline, because Magic Eraser isn't perfect. So if we add the inner stroke, you can see it gets rid of that kind of white outline very quickly and easily. Instead of having to kind of draw around the outside and fix it manually, that'll just do it for us. And then we can merge with just an empty layer to just get rid of the blending mode thing there. Works like a charm. I don't think I need to split this one into layers though, so this is, I think, a quick... Unless I want to split the tie, actually. Yeah, I'll split the tie into its own layer, just so I have more control. But yeah, in terms of horror games, we're just looking for stuff that's, again, smaller. Basically, just not like Silent Hill Remake, because that's like a full-on AAA multi-stream playthrough type of game, and I'm just not looking for that kind of thing. Let's drink water. Stay hydrated. Ugh. What was I gonna do? Yes, tie. There we go. And then, yeah, we'll cut the tie out on this layer. Another one I saw someone recommend on Twitter was one called Bad Parenting, which I looked on Steam. Apparently, that's pretty good. It's just a lot of like psychological kind of PS1 style horror games, which seems to be quite a popular kind of thing. Whoops, that was a mistake. Didn't even cut that part out. There we go, that's fine. Been slacking on my manga and anime backlog. I feel that. I've got so much I've been meaning to read and watch. But it's difficult sometimes when you're making MMVs and stuff. It's like when I'm like really into the zone of making an MMV, I just kind of tunnel on that manga, so it becomes difficult to watch something else. So I'm just like so, you know, like right now it's just dan just in my mind all day, every day. So it's difficult to kind of get into watching something else. Also, that really butchers his haircut. Okay, well, I know what we can do. We'll split this into its own layer so we don't have to worry about it. Because the hair just doesn't really work like that. Just do it like this. Wait, did I cut the wrong layer? I cut the wrong layer. Whoops. There we go. Okay, whoops. Nice. Now we'll add stroke, so the hair's not affected. And then we can add like a smaller stroke on that one maybe. Because, yeah, it's just a little bit too much. But like 5, 2, 3. 3's fine. And then we'll make the hair its own thing. And then we'll just get rid of this part of the hair. Take rid of the head? No. There we go. That is better, I think. Then we can also just do like that, I think. And then... boom. Okay, there we go. Merge. Boom, done. Now we see get rid of these stupid little bubbles. Should we know fluff? You're trying to make sure we preserve it. Will you upload the VOD somewhere? So the VOD will be on the will remain on the Twitch channel for a while. I can make a VOD channel if that helps, but I think because I'm not an affiliate, I think I can only keep the VOD on here for up to like, I don't know how long it is. Was it 7 days, something like that? So yeah, I'll download the VOD, and then if people want to see it, I will upload it as well onto a separate channel. I will say I do have a channel for YouTube live, for live stream stuff specifically. If I can just remember where it is, just 2 seconds. This channel right here. Yes, I've pinned it as well. Yeah, so that I'll put highlights and stuff on that one. But I'll also make a separate VOD channel as well, I think. Oh, there's a direct export. Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind as well. Hi, EVO6. I'm new to the stream. Appreciate the work you do with the MMVs. They're amazing, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And thank you for tuning in as well. I really appreciate that as well. Go. Nice. But yeah, the Ninjaristic Live channel would basically just be kind of edited down highlights of stuff. It'll probably get more content once we start playing some more games and stuff, namely for like playthroughs like Mario & Luigi Brothership and Hollow Knight, since that might actually be the first playthrough we do, which could be fun. Although, heads up, if the game is too difficult, I might just die. A lot. So be patient with me. That's what the highlights channel's for. We can just hide all of the mistakes, and we can just pretend that it was flawless the entire time. Any reason you did stream on the main channel? So there is a reason. There is so the reason, well, there's multiple reasons. I will say that I do plan to do some streams on the main channel. Wasn't that hard? Okay, that's not bad then. So I am planning to do some YouTube streams, but I'm not planning to do all of the streaming on YouTube because my YouTube channel, given the nature of, you know, the content I make and all of the MMVs, it's always kind of walking on eggshells. And I just don't want to kind of build a stream, and then if the YouTube channel gets affected by stuff for like a copyright strike, for example, the whole operation kind of falls apart. So I just don't want to put all of my eggs into the basket that is that YouTube channel, you know? It's just kind of on thin ice. So instead, we have the Twitch streams as the primary kind of streaming thing. Again, I'm still going to use the YouTube for live stream stuff as well, just not as much because, you know, there's still a big audience there. But in terms of, like, you know, gaming stuff and most of the stuff we do will be here on Twitch. So, but it mainly is just for that copyright concern. Because I think, like, if you get a strike, I think it also just affects your ability to stream full stop, which is annoying. And it's like you have to wait 90 days for a strike to go away. It's pretty rough. I'll keep that in mind, thank you. I think that's good. And that's staying on a separate layer. Nice. I'll color that some other time. Alright, are there any others I need still to cut out? Or are we just coloring stuff? Coloring stuff. Okay. I think I've already cut all these out. Nice. So I've got the skin color, but outside of that, I'm not sure what to do. So in terms of color for this, I need to bring up. All right, let me just check something real quick. I need to get another thing for a reference. Okay, sorry, so there's no problem. I appreciate that. Even so, thank you. Hopefully I can teach you some useful stuff. Hopefully. Let me just check panels. I just looked at all the panels. I've got like a short list of panels I intend to use and by extension need to color, and there's like 70 so far. So many. So many already. I don't want to think about it. Just don't think about it, it's fine. Okay. Momo and Lost Balls. There we go. Just using these as a reference for some of the color choices. Because she's got these pink kind of socks, I might just use that color. It was matching socks too much. Maybe she give more like a green instead. For me, Vimola gives off a kind of green, yellow kind of color palette. So I think I'll go with green. Free knowledge. The cost is having to see a guy in a Greninja onesie in the corner of your screen. Doesn't come free. They really made Bro lose his balls a plot point. It's just the best, isn't it? Like, I've seen that panel be used just out of context so many times. Multiply. So when you're coloring stuff, there's like these kind of lighter colors. If you just switch the paintbrush to multiply, it'll just make your life a lot easier. Also flow. I don't think I want that, do I? Wait, no, I do. Whoops. Yeah, I do. Yes, put it to multiply, and you can see it just kind of colors over very nicely. Especially like white colors and stuff. Just saves you a lot of time. A protagonist I can really relate to. If a ghost took my balls, I would also be rushing to get them back. Yeah, no, I'd probably agree, yeah. Didn't think it was real until you read it. It is, there's a lot of moments in Dan where it's like, surely that's like edited or something, but it's not. It's like straight up the plot. I mean, I think just Okarun and Momo are just great protagonists. Like that, I think they're the best. In terms of this Godzilla face, I'm thinking of making it green. Because I know it's based on Godzilla, but I don't think it should share the same color scheme. Because problem is, it's like for some of these we have references, but for a lot of these we also just have nothing. So it's quite tricky. I think it's normal to believe in aliens. I guess where, you know, it gets to the next extreme is if you believe aliens have already visited us, or if they're already here. But I think believing in aliens should be a pretty standard thing. Because it'd be really depressing if we were, like, you know, alone. Like, if there was nothing else out there. And this is what we're doing. Only life in the universe, and one of them's wearing a Greninja onesie. Teal more than multiple's green? Could be. There's a mech. I am, yeah, so Vince, I am going to use that exact panel. I know what one you're thinking of. It's the one with, like, it goes, like, arms folded. Like, unironically, one of just the coolest double-page spreads in anything I've ever read. It's actually kind of peak. Like, I think for a lot of people, that's where his character became less of a joke and more of, like, yeah. Universe too big to be alone? Yeah, no, that's what I think. It's way too big. I know I'm gonna make these lines red. I know that for sure. I also want to thicken the black line art here, just to make my life easier. Yeah, there we go. I will say, if you're just starting to use Photoshop to split stuff into layers, I do recommend using the pen tool instead of the polygon or lasso tool, which I'm using. If I was better with the pen tool, I'll probably be using the pen tool. However, I just like this tool a lot, and I can't really be bothered to learn the pen tool. So I use this one. Because the pen tool is the one where you get all the fancy points. You can, like, Control Z each point, you know? Whereas with this one, you can't undo any of the points. You just kind of have to commit once you start clicking. But I still think it has its benefits, even so. Or maybe I'm just delusional or stubborn. Well, it's less about what to learn about the pen tool and more just getting used to it. Because I'm just so used to the quick clicking and the control, all of the, you know, keyboard shortcuts for this one, that whenever I try to use the pen tool, it's just too slow. Did I just... what the heck? Where'd my selection go? Okay. It's not a good good look for polygon or lasso tool. Some people use free lasso, they're insane. I mean, I guess, you know, it depends what kind of precision you're going for. Whoa, whoops. How the heck? What's going on with my selection? Oh, why is it... Sorry, this one part is just not working. Okay. I think it's because, as I said, I've got this really janky microphone setup, and I can't actually see my keyboard, so I think I kept pressing the wrong buttons. I do have a microphone stand, though. I just didn't set it up for this stream, but I'll set it up for the next one, I think, because it'll make my life a lot easier. Try to do with drawing tablets? That makes sense. I've never had a drawing tablet, but I imagine it'd probably make a decent amount of this process quite a lot easier, actually. I mean, especially the redrawing part. I will say one of the benefits of the pen tool as well is it's easier to do, like, curves and stuff. Whereas for this, you have to, like, click 50 times to make the kind of curve, you know. So, I mean, the pen tool is, you know, everyone... I think was sensible to tell you that that's the one to go with if you're going to learn, but I'm past the point of no return. There we go. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna make it red. While keeping the black outline, of course. I think what we'll do for tomorrow's stream, I might start playing Hollow Knight. We'll do some more Photoshop stuff, more panels, because I've always got more panels to cut out and redraw and stuff. But we could start playing Hollow Knight. Because again, I've never played it. I've been meaning to play it. I happen to have it on in my Steam library, so that could be fun. That or Hades 2, you know, whichever people might want to see. Again, as I've said, 2024 is a bit of a trial period, so we will figure out all of that bit by bit. Yeah, we'll make it red. Maybe a different kind of red, though. Yeah, we'll do that. What's my backup, actually? Okay, yes, we have a backup in case everything goes to hell. But I'm going to make that my official color. And then when you're doing this kind of coloring, it's good to have a separate layer to just keep track of your colors, so you can just not have to go back and forth. You got good taste in games. Start a Nuzlocke? I could start a Nuzlocke this week. And I'll probably end on the same day when I lose to, like, the first gym leader. But I can set that up. I haven't actually got, like, an emulation thing set up yet, but I could. What made you use the Kekai Sense and ED song? So, honestly, I was just kind of... Dan as a manga has been on my mind for a while, in terms of wanting to make an MMV. And I was just kind of randomly listening to songs on Spotify. And Step Up Love started playing. And I thought, this is an interesting song. And whenever I listen to those kind of weird songs, my mind goes straight to stuff like Chainsaw Man and, you know, that kind of genre of manga. And I thought, Dan. And then as I kind of thought about it, I was like, wait a minute, couldn't this, like, kind of fit perfectly to this kind of rom-com-y? And, like, the lyrics feel kind of rom-com-y as well. And then the more I thought about it, the more it just kind of clicked in my head. I rewatched the ending animation as well, and I thought, this with like a coloured Dan could look sick. And so yeah, I just kind of, the idea snowballed from there. And as it's kind of coming together, yeah, I think it's kind of perfect, I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of that ED, I do have a couple of reference images. Where are these Lost Balls? Where'd Lost Balls go? I could have sworn I opened them. Wait. Lost Balls. There we go. Yeah, because I've got a couple of reference images here. Just for color references. So, I mean, that's the benefit, because we're going for this style, we can go kind of wacky with the colors. No, so Step Up Love is the song we're using for this standard MMV that I haven't finished yet. What's your rating on Kekai Sensen? I don't know. I'm currently rewatching Season 2. I love Season 1. I think it's like an 8 out of 10. But I really, really enjoyed it. I think the soundtrack for Kekai Sensen is like top tier. Like genuinely one of the best I've ever seen in anime. And I remember when I watched Kekai Sensen like years ago, I remember enjoying Season 2 more, so I'm expecting good things for Season 2. I reckon I'll have Season 2 rated higher. And I do remember specifically the last episode of Season 2 being like really good. It's like Tortoise Night or something. I remember really enjoying that one. So yeah, we'll stick with this color scheme. In terms of the green, I'll go like this color. That's what I'm thinking. Let's try this. Is that another red streak? I think it is. This is another red streak over here. Before I do the green. There we go. Then we'll just quickly color that red part as well. There we go. 200 plus hours in Hades 1. Damn. Yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah, 200 hours. It's a decent game. I think I've got like 70 something hours in Hades 1. But I think I've already got like 40 in Hades 2, even though the game's not actually done. Really enjoying Hades 2. I mean, I love Hades 1 as well, but Hades 2 in particular is doing something for me. There we go. Nice. Alright, let's see how this color looks once we highlight everything we need to. Just deselect this whole area because I don't want the teeth to be green as well. $80 on Hollow Knight. How long is Hollow Knight as a game? The author of Kekai Sensen, the same as when he did Trigun. I didn't know that. Oh, well that... I didn't know that. You know, there's actually... I don't know if you've seen it. There's a Trigun version of Step Up Love, like the ED song. It's fan-made, I think, but... Yeah, there's a Trigun version, so I guess that's why they used it. That's quite cool. I didn't know that. Just do this. There we go. And then the eyes. Like this. And then the horn. Yeah, like this. Alright, now if we color over this. And we'll turn transparent pixels on. For those who don't know what lock transparent pixels does, by the way, you can see when we color, it obviously goes outside of the image. But if we lock transparent pixels, it only picks the image. And that also makes it very clear. I forgot to do this part. Whoops. I need to also deselect the red part. No. My bad. I'm stupid. 10 hours. Oh, that's less than I thought. Depends how much you explore. Yeah, that makes sense. I think 25 is more what I was kind of expecting. It's crazy how long Silk Song has taken to release, though. Like, I remember like Xbox, what wasn't like an Xbox presentation or some kind of tweet where they said like it's releasing like this year, and then New Year passed, and everyone was just like, where is it? And we still don't have anything. It's actually kind of insane. Like, I'm curious what state that game is in. It's got to be some kind of like production hell. Just being lost for a good portion of the game? Oh. The backseating might actually help then. Necessary backseating. There we go. Okay, now it should work. Boom. Thoughts? Feelings? I think it looks good, maybe. Again, keep in mind we're going for this really oversaturated, weird, funky color palette. I think it looks good though. Again, I don't want to go for an actual Godzilla look. GTA 6 for Silk Song might be possible. I think it's likely at this point. Yeah, I like this because, again, I want to go for like a green and yellow color palette for Famola. I think her name's Famola. I mean, I labeled her Famola, so it'd be all good if I didn't. Maybe a lighter green. The only reason I'm going for this one is because I think if I make it too light, I don't know. Because again, it's based off Godzilla, right? And he's obviously a lot darker. Have you watched Spider-Verse? I have watched Spider-Verse. I think Spider-Verse, I mean 1 and 2, I think are two of the just best, I mean Spider-Man films in general, but also just like in terms of, you know, superhero films, I think they're two of my favorite of all time. Just in terms of like animated films, I mean they've, you know, they did a lot. Let me try a lighter green. Wait, let me deselect quickly, just keep this color in mind. And then reselect. There we go. We'll try a lighter color, see how it looks. That could actually work, you know. I actually like that green. I will say I'm biased towards this shade of green specifically. Is Godzilla dark green? Yeah, I like this green. Oh, whoops. Let me just turn the multiply off quickly. Boom. Yeah, I like that green. Looks good. In terms of the jumper she's wearing, I'm not sure. Because Momo's got a pink one, but I don't want to just copy that. Could go with... Because she's also... Where's the other one? Wait, if I just close some of these quickly. Make space. Because I've got a very similar panel. Here. In terms of the jumper, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, the socks color. Good point. Thank you. I forgot. I'm being backseated in Photoshop. Crazy. There we go. Thank you. If you guys want a good indie game to play, you should play Hyperlight Drifter. $200 hours in Celeste, Jesus Christ. I've put a lot of hours into Celeste as well. A lot of deaths. This game right here, Hyperlight Drifter. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Cool, like cool pixel art style. Cool little world to explore. It's really good. And then Celeste as well. I mean, I love Celeste. I've put... I think I bought Celeste twice. I played Celeste initially on PC with a mouse and keyboard, and it was really difficult, but I got to chapter, you know, the final chapter. I never completed it though, because trying to do that like wave dash jump with a mouse and keyboard is miserable. And then I bought the game on Switch, and I replayed it there, and I found that a lot more manageable. It's too expensive in Turkey, that sucks. It's definitely worth it if it ever goes on sale. I think it's really good. In terms of blazer, what color? See, because once we pick a color, then the speed of the next panel is so much quicker because we already have a color in mind. But it's initially picking that color that's tricky. The hair is going to be yellow, so I don't want to make it yellow. Amori? I love Amori. This is a very base chat. We got some good games in here. We've played some indie games. I appreciate that. Amori was it was surprisingly creepy, like in that first part of the game, because I kind of knew very little about it, and I was playing at midnight. I went back to the real world, and I just looked in the mirror, and I just saw like the Hell Mari, whatever it's called, like the just ghosts just staring at me in the mirror, and it was horrifying. There was no jump scare noise. There was no like, you know, flashing animation. It was just there, and that shit horrified me. I just kind of sat there looking at it. How bright is the hair? I mean, considering the color palette we're going for, it's going to be quite bright. Like, probably this kind of yellow, I reckon. I've already split this into layers, I think. Yeah, I have. In terms of hair, I know her antennas are pink. I remember seeing in an image her antennas are pink. So we'll do that first, I reckon. No, I feel that I almost got the bad ending in Amori. I won't specify stuff in case of spoilers, but I was very close to getting the bad ending until I noticed something different with the game over screen. I was like, wait a minute, should I keep going? So I thought, okay, I'll do one more just before I go to sleep. And yeah, luckily I dodged the bullet. There we go. Yeah, so we'll do the... Actually, what colour are Famoa's antennas? Don't want to get the wrong shade. Okay, it's very pinky pink, like hot pink. Cool. This pink works. Yeah, there we go. It's easier to decide on this because I know it's pretty pink. I think the hair color is going to be pretty easy as well, to be honest. Multiply. There we go. Nice. Again, if it looks oversaturated, that's fine. Because it's going to look... for people who haven't actually seen... let me just quickly... For people who haven't seen the video that we're working on... I can't play it with music because I'm going to get copyright struck into the ground. Let me just chill. There we go. Yeah, this is what we're currently working on. So you can see it's very oversaturated and very funky kind of art style. If it makes you feel better, I won't be talking about, specifics like spoilers and whatnot. I'll try not to. It's a great character, though. I struggle to be anime only for most things, though. Like, I don't think I could be an anime only if I watched those first couple of episodes of Dan. Like, for me, most times I watch an anime I get really into, the first thing I check is there a manga I can just read ahead for? And 9 times out of 10, I will just lose to that temptation. Like for something like ReZero, it's a lot easier to stay anime only because I'm not reading a light novel. If it doesn't got like pictures on every page, I ain't doing that. Like a toddler. But I mean, for Dan, like, nah, man, I can't do that. Gonna make the hair a little bit thicker. No, that's fair enough. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, if you are an anime only for Dan, I recommend you stay like it, just for the anime. But I'm just saying that, like, me personally, I don't have that self-control. Like, I would fold after just seeing the opening, I think. In the case of Freerun, I think... What was I for Freerun? I think for Freerun No, that's right, I read the manga beforehand. Just kind of on a whim. I don't know actually what got me to read Freerun, but I read it. I was listening to, like, Dragon Quest soundtracks while reading it, and it was great. I loved it. Does anyone else listen to soundtracks when they're reading manga? Okay, because for me personally, I don't think I can. Like, for example, like with a fantasy manga, I can't. Like, I just think having a soundtrack to listen to while reading a manga can just add so much to the experience. Like I was saying about Berserk earlier with the massive volumes. While I was reading Berserk, I was listening to like Elden Ring soundtracks before I'd even played the game. I was listening to like Limgrave during a lot of that binge, and I felt like it just perfectly kind of set the atmosphere and the tone. And then for Freewind, it was like Dragon Quest. I recently read Yona of the Dawn, and I had like a variety of soundtracks for that one as well. I just think it had so much. Seriously though, like every time there was a fight, I just go into like the boss theme soundtrack compilation and just go to a certain point, and it would always fit. And then for the rest of the manga, just Limgrave, it's got that like consistent, depressing, you know, pessimistic sound to the world. Like it's just so dark fantasy. It just fit Berserk so well. Like it's hard listening to the actual soundtrack because I've already got like a vision of what it should be in my mind. Batman. Yeah, Batman and Kakurabashi do seem to go hand in hand, it seems. Didn't the mangaka say something about Batman? Like when he listens to like a certain soundtrack, he said he feels like Batman, something like that. He's pretty real for that, to be honest. Okay. I think outside of fantasy and manga, though, I kind of struggle to pick what soundtrack to listen to. I think fantasy's just the easiest. But, I mean, outside of that, I don't know. Like, when it's like romance manga, just anything lo-fi. I don't know. Or I just pick specifically, like, anime romance soundtracks. I don't know. Well, soundtrack for the Goodnight Punpun read through. Don't know. What did I? Well, okay, well, no, I know. So what I read for my Goodnight Punpun read through, and this is like how the Goodnight Punpun MMV was made. Is so this was before I watched read Goodnight Punpun. This is before I played Omori. I watched the trailer for Omori. I think it's the second trailer. Was it the first or second trailer that used the My Time song? I watched the trailer and heard that song, and I was like, oh, this song, I remember seeing this in like a Chainsaw Man animation. And I thought about like editing with that song, and I thought, what manga could go with this song though? It's so weird. And my mind went to Goodnight Punpun purely off of like the reputation it had. Not because of any, I hadn't read it. But the reputation I'd seen it have, I was like, maybe this is something like Goodnight Punpun. Then I thought, okay, well, I'll try reading Goodnight Punpun. And so I read that manga with that song playing on repeat. Before I played Omori, before I, anything. And then after that, I actually played Omori. But, yeah, that's how the Goodnight Punpun soundtrack was picked out. First trailer, yeah, first trailer. But, I mean, like a lot of the time, the MMV sound music is just kind of picked. Like, the inspiration just kind of comes out of thin air. Like, I'll just be randomly listening to something, and I'll think, this could go with this manga. Then I'll think about it, and it's like, wait, it really could go with this manga, and then I'll develop the idea. But I'll say, I never start animating anything until I've got a song locked in. Because I just can't do it otherwise. Okay, that's good enough. Alright. Blonde. Very blonde. I think that's skin though. Ooh, there. Yeah, it's fine. Missed a couple of bits of skin, but that is fine. Until then, I've never heard of that one, to be honest. I've heard Until Dawn.
or heard of Until Dawn. But I haven't heard of Until Then. Probably could have done a better job on this part, but that's fine. I think I've made a decent amount of videos with English lyrics, although they are Japanese bands. But I mean, I think I started off by making a lot of stuff with, like, for example, Man with a Mission's a Japanese band, but they have a lot of English lyrics. So I started off by using songs like that. But no, I don't speak Japanese. I do search up the lyrics in Japanese and translate them and try to see if it actually makes some sense at least. But I don't actually speak Japanese, no. Again, as I think I said, one of the big inspirations for my MMVs are anime openings. So I try to use similar kind of music. Also, did I get the color with the antennas? Did I remember that? I don't think I did. Oh, I did not know. Whoops. Boom. Ah, crap, wait. Okay, it's fine. I can do it afterwards. Alright, hair color. That's very blonde, but I think it's fine. What I have is the reference. The color's going to be a little bit different when there's like a filter on it as well. Maybe like a less harsh. Yeah, it's ugly. I don't like that one. It needs to be more yellow. Hello, Static Res. Welcome. I think that's fine. Again, a lot of the color choice often will look better in the actual thing, but I don't know, maybe make it softer. It just feels very harsh and ugly. Like that. I like that. That looks good. That looks good. Yeah, just not so harsh. I think that looks much better. There we go. Nice. Alright, perfect. I like that yellow. There's just no thought in these eyes. Just pitch black. In terms of the bow, I mean, that's just going to be red. What's your bow color? This color? What color did I pick for the bow? Is it that? Yeah, it is that one. Okay. Perfect. And let me just fix some of the skin as well, because I didn't color some of this properly. I think more than that, I just thought that some of that was hair instead of skin, but whoops. There we go, perfect. Night in the Woods? Nope, never heard of it. Let me actually search up Until Then. See if I recognize it, because I might recognize like a screenshot or something. No, I still don't recognize it at all. Is this a new game or? Let me just do some more of this. There we go. Oh, 2 months ago. Okay. Thank you, Fifth Moon 9, for the follow. Appreciate it. It's funny because even though Amori has that kind of heavy emotional part of it, For the most part, it was pretty just fun, humorous little kind of earthbound adventure. Like, I'd just be enjoying a very wholesome thing, and then all of a sudden I'd be, like, reminded, like, oh, wait a minute, this is like a borderline horror game. So how do you do MMV edits? I mean, it's a whole process. The I guess, overview is you... How do I even, like, TLDR this? So what you want to do is you want to pick out your manga panels. You want to cut them up in Photoshop, kind of like this, except I'm also coloring stuff. But you want to split them into layers in Photoshop, and then you put that in After Effects, and then you can animate them, because they'll already be split into layers because of, you know, both Photoshop and After Effects, both being Adobe software. Then you can animate it in After Effects, and then, yeah, do that another 200 times, and you've got an MMV, more or less. Although you also don't have to go that hard. Like, you can also just put like a kind of a slideshow of panels with like a few that you've cut out. You know, it's equally as valid. I don't think MMVs have to be like VFX, you know, crazy things. They've just kind of evolved into that, I think, because they get more clicks. Wait, actually, let me add this part as well. Is that a collar? That's a collar. There we go. Perfecto. Nice. There we go. Yeah, I mean, what Blight said is pretty much it. Is my thing lagging? I can't tell. My bitrate's kind of struggling. I think my internet might be going through a rough patch. Kind of looking on my stream. I think it's okay now. Internet's going to be a little touch and go, I think. So something I try to keep an eye on. Okay, I think it's okay now. So this is the costume, so I need to fix this. But yeah, puppet tool is very important part of it. Hunter Uchiha, welcome. Let me just quickly do something. Yeah. Just give me 2 seconds. Yeah, internet seems to be struggling a little bit. I'm not sure what's causing it. We'll see. Alright, go back to... There we go. I'll be able to see in the VOD where the internet goes wrong anyway, so that's fine. Is that part of the... Could just do that. Yeah, that's good. I think it's fine like that. Oh, I
think we're back. The bitrate's gone green. Are we fine? I just looked over until the bitrate was red, said my connection was unstable. But we're back to excellent, so hopefully we're fine. I think it's a suit underneath as well, by the way. I didn't realize until just now. Oh, it's been fine? Oh, okay. Happy to hear it. Internet's probably the one kind of thing that's a little bit out of my control. Like, it's a little bit difficult to manage. But I mean, yeah, no, I'm happy to hear if it didn't go too bad. I mean, I think that will be the benefit of the highlight channel, maybe, if things go wrong. Just watch it there as well. I still haven't decided on a colour for this stupid jumper. Again, I made Momo's pink. I mean, that's a kind of a jacket, which I also made pink, but... I don't want... Pink could be too similar, but I guess yellow? It might be too similar to a hair colour. Like this, I'm thinking this kind of yellow would be good for like a jumper. Let me try this. I'm going to also redraw over this part since it's quite close to the red. Give it a proper outline, like so. There we go. Nice. Yeah, I'll try yellow first. We'll highlight it, color it, see how it looks. Like so. See, most of the things we've been coloring are pretty straightforward. But it's when you have to color the darker colors that you can't just use the multiply brush, unfortunately. That's where things get a little bit more annoying. But lighter colors like this is pretty straightforward. Wait. Okay, wait. I need to get rid of this selection. I messed up. Or at least subtract some of it. I don't want to include the bow. Didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. Also, I don't include the collar either, actually. That should be just white. So we'll also remove that in a second. Have I done the socks? I think I've done the socks. Oh, I haven't done the socks. Whoops. I think I've done the socks on the other pose. So I'll just use that and see what it looks. Okay, and now the collar as well. Yes. What am I doing? I just need to... Okay, there we go. Sorry, sometimes my mind just stops working. That's not it. There we go. Let me try a few colors. There we go. Could just double down on green. But how would that look with this? Not the blue. At the moment, I'm kind of thinking of the yellow. Just stick to like the yellow theme. Oh, we think of the yellow. This is what I'm thinking of going with, I think. Like a weak, kind of diluted yellow. Yellow-green. Like this kind of thing? That could work.
To be honest, I'm happy with either. I think this color or the previous one could work pretty well. Yellow looks nice. Maybe make it a little bit more yellow. Maybe that. I like that. I like that color. So this, and then we'll color the socks as well. Again, the colors already pop once we get into After Effects, and we have like the filters and all the effects over it. Which is no plugins, by the way. I'm not using any plugins for this video. Because all my plugins were on my laptop, which is in repair, for those who don't know. Which is why I'm not currently making a Mob Psycho MMV, because all of the stuff for that is on the laptop. And I'd rather not try to continue it on this, because I need plugins and I don't want to install them. There we go, I think it works. Yellow. I think the real sign of how it looks is going to be in After Effects. So for now we'll just color it, slap it in After Effects and see how it looks. There we go. Alright, let's let me just quickly open After Effects. I don't think I even have anything to accidentally leak, but I still just switch to the other screen just in case. There we go. Alright, here we go. Let's put on this frame. Let me just quickly import. Panels. So which one is it? Is it pose 1? Pose 1. Crap. Formula. Okay, this is how it kind of looks in the actual After Effects. Just use app capture. I didn't know that was a thing, in my defense. I should decent. Oh, crap. After Effects already crash. After Effects, please. I just wanted to move something. Oh, okay, we're good. Okay, damn. Yeah, no, I'm not playing any audio in After Effects. I just want to see how it'll look. Maybe if... Oh, crap.
Uh-oh. Alright. Let me just go back to just for a second. Operation close After Effects before it destroys my PC. Goodbye After Effects. Okay, crisis averted. Having Photoshop, After Effects, and OBS at the same time? Bad idea. Lesson learned. But we're fine. We're alive. But that did get my memory usage up to 98%. So we'll keep that in mind. You can see Photoshop is glitching out. Yeah. We'll keep that in mind. Lesson learned. Let me just... Are we good? Yeah, okay. I think we're fine. I think if I opened After Effects in any game at the same time, the PC would probably explode. Like, straight away. But the big conclusion I got from that is I think I'm going to choose a different color for the vest. After all. Maybe something darker. Not that dark. I just can't pick a good color to save my life. It all looks bad. Man. Why is this so tricky? PC almost went bye-bye. We were close. This is the trouble, man. It just once we pick the color, we're fine. But, like, actually picking them is so difficult. Zombie DX29, hello, welcome. Why is it so tricky? It is. It's painful. Don't do that. The thing is, it's like, regardless of what color we pick, the anime is going to eventually show this character, and it's going to age poorly. I feel this soundtrack encapsulates the mood pretty well. It's like bath. That looks okay, I think. Just yellow specifically, such an annoying color to pick around. Outside of like hair. I'm trying to like visualize colors on my head, but it's so tricky, and also it's not helping. I'm sweating in this thing. I think the heat's starting to catch up to me. I agree, I think this looks better than the previous ones. I think we'll go with this. Because I don't want to be stuck picking a colour for too long. And plus, ultimately, it's pretty inconsequential, I think. So I think we'll just go with this. You can see why I need to reopen Photoshop after After Effects did its thing. Because my polygonal lasso tool is doing things it's not supposed to do. So I think we're just going to close Photoshop real quick. But I like that colour. We'll put that down for the thing. There we go. Nice. Alright, let me just close Photoshop before it uses its final harm. Do you play any gachas? I don't, no. I think the closest thing I've played to a gacha is like the Injustice mobile game, if you ever played that. Like I played it when I was like 14, I think. And I put a little bit too much money into it because it was a very predatory kind of system.
and I resent it as such. Not a good experience. Lessons were learned. Okay, I think our Photoshop's back. It just needed to be closed and opened because I think it genuinely got close to crashing the entire PC when I opened After Effects at the same time. Like, I can have Photoshop and After Effects at the same time, but I think if I have Photoshop, After Effects, and OBS while live, it kind of starts dying. Okay, so inside of the mask, I didn't think about that actually, the inside. So we've got the outside color, but the inside, I don't know. See, for most MMVs, I don't have to think about this. Most MMVs, I'm just kind of like, yep, I've cut it out, nice, next thing. But once you have to start coloring stuff, it's just tricky. Especially as someone who's mostly just done black and white MMVs. So the second I have to start coloring stuff, I just don't have that kind of coloring instinct to kind of be able to quickly pick colors. It's a bit of a struggle, but we're making progress bit by bit. But mainly it's an issue with the first time we color characters. Yeah, thicken this. Yeah, it's definitely probably going to be a green. And probably a kind of lighter green as well. There we go. Okay. I'll draw this black line here as well, just to make sure it's clearly separated. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now, so the helmet outside is going to be this color. I don't know about these bits here, but I don't know, we'll figure it out. But the part with like the half tone is gonna be, yeah. We can redraw this edge a bit, I think, with the dark color, just to make it a little bit more defined. Okay, yeah. Nice. And then like that. And then we'll get black. And also I need to add this to the color tally thing. Bang. And then we're also just going to redraw over this part because it's, yeah. There we go. Perfect. What are the anime that's worth watching this season, by the way, if anyone's watching stuff? Because at the moment, all I'm watching is Dandadan and ReZero. And I'm curious if there's anything else worth keeping up on. And no one say Blue Lock. Else I just think you're lying, based on what I've seen. Been out for 2.5 hours? No, I haven't. I know how long I've been streaming. I can see it. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours, and at least like an hour of that was spent purely on just Kinta. Wait, did I just... Wait, where'd the black outline go? Did I color that on the colors thing? I did. Whoops. Whoops. Wrong layer. It's fine. We can just take that. Take that. Take that. Merge these. Boom. Fixed. Anyway. Trigun Stampede. Isn't there like a second season of that coming soon? I think. Hey, look, I'm not saying Blue Lock's bad. I'm just saying I feel like with how popular it is, I just expected a better anime adaptation, you know? Because, I don't know, it just feels like a little unfortunate. Because like it was like constantly like top 10 in like manga sales in Japan. So you think, I don't know, they just put more, I guess, resources into it. But instead, I guess they just want to rush it out while the iron's hot. Oh, that's good. I'm sad for the animators as well. I'll say, like, when it comes to bad kind of, the socks are gone. Oh, wait, no, that's fine. When it comes to crappy kind of, wait, did I color this on a different layer as well? Oh, no, okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, when it comes to, like, poor anime adaptations, I generally don't get, like, angry at the animation stuff, and I think that's a good mindset to have in general. Like even, you know, for stuff like Seven Deadly Sins Season 3, like the Escanor versus Meliodas fight, which, crazy by the way, that dropped on Christmas Day. That episode drops on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, that your favorite fight sucks. You know, I just kind of feel bad for the staff, because you just know that kind of production is just hell. And it's not like a lack of passion or a lack of, you know, trying that led that adaptation to be as bad as it was. So Mola's costume's blue. So this should be blue, okay. So if we just color this dark. This. I didn't realize Vamola's costume had so much skin showing, because it's just all white in the manga, so I just assumed it was like fully thing. Don't forget the red lines. Oh yeah. Wait, are there any red lines on this? Thank you. So I forget the webcam is. Thank you. Maybe I do need backseating in Hollow Knight, you know what? Maybe I do. It's just so much to keep track of sometimes, but no, very good eye, thank you. I would have legitimately forgotten, I think. There we go. Do that. And what color did I use for the reds? Did I... Yeah, it is... Boom. Was it this one? It was this one, yeah. The artist eye, ooh. I think I've got a good ear, but like for songs and stuff. But in terms of my eyesight, that's not so. It's not the best. But what was I saying? Yeah, no, poor anime adaptations. And the Record of Ragnarok is a really tragic one. Again, like the Adam versus Zeus fight in that manga, I was so looking forward to seeing animated, and it did just end up being like an actual slideshow, like in the most literal sense, it was a slideshow with slideshow transitions. Stuff just kind of rotated. Like I swear they had like the cube rotation at some point. Don't talk about it. We gotta have these conversations. We gotta be honest. Record of Ragnarok was a tragedy. Exactly, my content PowerPoint was kind of better, because I had more transitions in mine. At least mine was funny. What do you mean funny? It was serious. That content presentation was dead serious. I put my heart and soul into that. Best coloured manga you've ever seen. Ooh. It's tragic, man. That's another anime, another manga I've wanted to animate. I was about to say another anime I want to animate, because no, it's another manga I've wanted to animate for a while. But it's just, again, I can't pick a song. Like the Adam versus Zeus fight in particular. Yeah, I really like that one. Admittedly, I haven't really been keeping up with the manga for like years at this point, but I need to catch up at some point, I reckon. So I need to make sure I'm colouring on the right layer. Yeah, okay. Alright, when it comes to colouring skirts, it's a little bit trickier. Just gonna go with these kind of darker colors. I'm probably just gonna pick the same color for the skirts and stuff, just to make my life a little bit easier. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the highlights onto the separate layer, like this, so I can just paint over it without issue, and then yeah, I think it's the best way to do it. The entirety of Anna vs. Zeus on your own. I might do that, you know, honestly. No, that's true. Seven Deadly Sins, I think, currently has a pretty good adaptation. Although I guess it's technically, like the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse or something like that. But it definitely looks better than what Seven Deadly Sins started out as. I mean, it was just rough. It had, like, the animation was just not great. It had that awful censorship where they, like, make the blood white, as if that makes the scenes better. There's that one scene, I don't know what the anime is, but I remember seeing that one scene. Oh, it was from the, I think it's the guy that, is it Fist of the North Star? I swear there's some, it might be that or something similar, where there's a scene where a character explodes, and instead of red, it's white, and it doesn't look right, man. Like, the white makes it look so much more inappropriate for reasons. Just some of that censorship is just not a good idea. But, yeah, I mean, Seven Deadly Sins just had it rough. Just white blood. I mean, well, it is. You're right. It is white blood. That is what it is. There we go. Put, like, I don't know. I'll pull up the clip next stream, maybe. And they can't, like, you know... I can't, like, get banned for it, because that's the censored version. Okay, now... I'm just going to go over this... Get rid of all the highlights, like this. Crap, wait, there we go. Pew Pew Karo, did you guys watch the Uzumaki anime? I haven't watched it yet. But, yeah, I've heard that episode 1 was, like, really, really good. And then I heard that apparently episode 2 was, like, the fall off of the century, which is sad to hear. Then apparently episode 3 is okay again, but, yeah. I think I saw in the credits that apparently the director changed after episode 1. Because I assume, like, the vision for episode 1 was too ambitious, so they were like, we can't keep this up, let's just switch. Something like that. Which is really sad to see. I think it's especially rough because, like, people were waiting a very long time. People were waiting a very long time for that anime. Got delayed as well. So yeah, that second episode was unfortunate, to say the least. Alright, now we colour this like this. And again, I don't have the biggest opinion because I haven't watched it. I have seen some clips from episode 1 and it did look good, but yeah. Outside of that, I haven't really watched it. I've been meaning to. I mean, it's only, what, 4 episodes when it's done, so it should be a pretty quick binge. What was the colour I picked for the highlight? It was this. And trim this down a bit. There we go. Nice. Perfecto. Merge layers, and boom. Dunzo. Nice. Bamola. Finally. We finished colouring something. She looks so stupid, I love it. She is. That's a compliment, I think, given how she actually looks in the manga and how she acts. Okay, thanks, Sobi Souls. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. Good night. Have you read Yacht Spot? I haven't, no. I've been meaning to, though. I like how we went from she looks stupid, I love it, to have you read Yotsuba? Because I know you're talking about the protagonist, right? Who's like a really stupid child or something. I've heard good things about it. I have been meaning to read it recently, so I'll probably get on that very soon. Because I know there's some other people I follow that really like that manga, so I want to see what it's all about. Oh yeah, this was blue, right. So what kind of blue? It's like a dark navy. Like... Let's try this color. Top 3, damn. I get that, to be honest. I think the cast of Dandadan is very strong. Like, I feel like my top 3 would change depending on the week. When I said Steve, my mind immediately went to Yotsuba. Yeah. No, that's the impression I have of the series. There we go. Alright, so let's colour this bit. There we go. I should make a darker blue, actually. Yeah, I'll make darker. What's Yotsuba actually about? Like, is it just like a dumb kid slice of life being dumb? That's the impression I get. I'm looking at the official color scheme just to make sure we've got the colors correct. I mean, not that, you know, obviously the jumper's completely made up and the skirt's made up, but the rest of it, oh, and the helmet's made up. So basically just the skin color and the antenna and the hair and the suit color. Just making sure that matches. I should make it darker still. Don't make it too dark, but... Okay, I think that's good. I think that matches well enough. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's the impression I get. But sometimes those are the best kind of slice of life manga, you know. Sometimes that's kind of just all you need. Let me just... The head could be a little bit thicker there. There we go. Nice. Okay. We did it. We finished colouring something on stream. After about 20,000 minutes spent trying to choose the colour of the jumper. I think we're pretty good pace. I will say that if we want to change the colour, I think it's quite easy. I think we just like literally go bam. Okay, never mind, maybe not. Whatever, it's fine. But it's, you know, just a quick change. Yeah, red. No, it's fine. That colour's fine. I think it's good. We're good. Now I just need to do this part as well. But it shouldn't be too bad. Again, because the majority of the time is spent trying to pick the colour. Once we've picked the colour, things tend to go pretty smoothly. So, although we need to get rid of some of this other parts. I'm going to talk about how good it is and then maybe enjoy life more and got me out of a bad mental state. I mean, feel free, you know. It sounds, it's nice when manga have that kind of effect. I'm trying to think, has a manga had that effect on me? Or an anime? I definitely feel like I've watched something, but I just can't remember off the top of my head, so maybe the impact wasn't as, you know, meaningful, but... I've definitely had manga where it's like... I mean, like Clannad. I think after I finished watching Clannad After Story for the first time, I was like, damn, man, you know, I was thinking probably about dumb stuff, and you know, I was like 14, so there was no serious thoughts going on there, but it's often those kind of slice of lifey type anime and manga that'll leave you with a lot of those kind of deeper thoughts and stuff, give you a lot to think about. Oh, people seem to like Clannad. Respect. The train scene. I think my favourite parts... I think we're talking about the same episode, right? It's like season... It's like After Story episode 18, I think. I rewatched that episode actually quite recently. The flower... That's the one. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we're all on the same page. I like that. Same episode. Nice. I'll say this, I've never cried watching an anime or like reading a manga or like, you know, watching a movie, but I will say I think the closest I've ever gotten, was watching that episode. Like, that's, I think, the first time I was watching something, I can feel it really, really close to like tearing up and crying. No, you should be proud. I wish I could cry more, to be honest. I'm like, it's sometimes annoying. I'm like, dude, this is so sad. I feel sad, but like, I just can't seem to get the tears out, you know? But yeah, like if I was like a properly kind of emotional person, I would have been bawling my eyes out of that scene, 100%. It's so good. And I like, even now when I rewatch it, I just get chills. As soon as that soundtrack kicks in, it's special. I don't know how well Clannad has aged overall. I think maybe some of the jokes and stuff aren't as good as maybe they might have, you know, they might have been back then, but yeah, that scene, I think the whole of Clannad's worth watching just to experience that scene for the first time. Like, that stretch of episodes hit hard. Isn't Clannad based off like a visual novel as well? I think. Something like that. In terms of colouring the bow, I think I don't want to have the shadow. I think what I'll do is... maybe come back to the bow later. I'll just do the standard colour. To be honest with you, I've never played a visual novel. And I didn't know it was on Steam. That's interesting. Yeah, I've never played a visual novel before. Like the closest I've gone to playing a visual novel is like fucking Persona or something. Because that felt like what I imagine a visual novel would be, plus a JRPG. But I've never actually played an actual visual novel. Did I save both of these colours? Are they the exact same, or what am I doing? No, so those are different. Okay, I just forgot to save the... Boop. There we go. Because these are different colours, aren't they, right? Yeah, are they different colours? I'm going crazy. I think they're... Okay, yeah, they are slightly different colours. That's fine. Let's keep track of both. Not even Doki Doki Literature Club. I did not play Doki Doki Literature Club. Literature Club. I say while being very illiterate. I haven't played that one, but I did watch people play it, so I know. I know the gist of what goes down. Okay, there we go. I think I watched a few people play it. I don't know if... I think I watched maybe Game Grumps play it as well at some point. But I can't remember who I first watched play it. But it's always amusing when they get to like that part of the game and they realise it's a horror game. Most emotional anime is probably Clannad After Story. Off the top of my head, yeah, probably that one. In terms of manga, I think it was actually Goodnight Punpun. Oh, I've read that one. I Sold My Life for 10,000 yen a year per year. I've read that one as well. Wow, we've got some good taste in this chat. Your Name's a good one. Watching Your Name for the first time was magical. I love that film. I'm trying to think. Stuff that I've heard Look Back's a bit of a tearjerker, but I haven't gotten to watch it yet. I've only read the one shot, so I'm waiting for that. No, real. The game, the manga, we've got everything. Good taste. Good opinions. Love to see it. Yeah, I want to watch it. It's just they don't want to show it near me. It's annoying. Like at this rate, I'm gonna have to wait until it goes streaming. That's annoying. I want to watch on like a big screen, but yeah, I think it's just a streaming angle. I don't know what the situation for like anime in Turkey is, so I don't know. Like some countries, they just don't care as much. Like when I lived in Singapore for a while, and they were like on the ball with anime. Like they'd get stuff straight away, they'd get all kinds of stuff. It was great. But the UK, they don't care as much. Like they'd occasionally get some of the popular ones at some point in select cinemas, but yeah, stuff like Look Back seems to kind of slip through the cracks. It might, if it's desynced, it might just be worth refreshing the stream. It might be just because we had some bitrate issues earlier. So yeah, maybe try that. I say bitrate issues, man. Just the internet kind of started dying, but it's fixed now, so it might just be from that. That one part is like annoying me. Just go, be gone. Nice. Okay, perfect. Nice. Okay, there we go. MHA and Haikyuu in theaters. I watched the second MHA film in theaters. That was fun. I enjoyed that a lot. I didn't get to watch Haikyuu though. Is that on streaming services yet? Because I want to watch that Haikyuu film, but haven't gotten the chance to. Hell yeah. Look at this stupid little helmet with an ugly looking vest, jumper. Nice. I remember in 2016 as well when the Chaos League finals happened and my 15-year-old or 16-year-old heart was broken. You know, I think watching that Chaos League final and watching Greninja hit the floor was the first time I audibly reacted to... oh, there we go. It was the first time I audibly reacted to something... to just watching something. Like I legit yelled in just disappointment. Also, don't type that. What do you mean? Oh, whoops. 2030 is close in 2016 is wild. Jeez. Has it really been that long? I should add something to this. I don't like this button. Alright, skirt. There we go. Silent voice is a really good one. I love silent voice a lot. Although I do recommend, if you enjoyed silent voice, I recommend reading the manga. Because there's quite a lot of stuff cut, I think, in the anime film. I can't remember exactly how much was cut from the manga, but I recommend it. There we go. Nice. Alright. Wait, let me get rid of this first. There we go. Have you played Alien Isolation? I haven't, no. I've seen other people play it, though. A little bit. Isn't that getting a sequel, I think, soon? Or I think they announced a sequel very recently, something like that. Yeah, nice. I'm surprised it took them so long, to be honest. I thought the first one was pretty critically acclaimed. Or maybe I'm misremembering. Nice. Cool. I'm happy with that. Looks like an idiot. Kinta. Actually, wait, I already did one when I started colouring him, actually. There we go. What's the best horror game you've ever played? Because we've mentioned a lot of horror games in this stream. So I'm curious what people think is the best. No, honestly, that's so real though. Because I think the majority of horror games I've seen, I've just watched other people play. Like the Markipliers, the Jacksepticeye's and stuff. Yeah, I just watch them. Because I'm not built for that. You know, I'm not good at watching horror films, I'm not good at playing horror games. That's why the stuff we'll play next week will be funny, because I'm not built for that. But I will do it anyway, for content. That's what it's all about. One thing of when you start streaming, you got to just think about the content, and that's what it's all really about. Outlast is good. Outlast is a fun one. That was fun to watch. Again, I didn't play it, but it was fun to watch other people play Outlast. Crap. Nice. Yeah, I didn't play Outlast, but I've played FNAF 1 to 4. I've played Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I've played a bunch of like random little indie horror games. I didn't beat Amnesia either. I didn't beat Amnesia, but not because of the scare factor, but because I was stupid. And there's like a puzzle solving aspect to that game. And I was too busy being scared to really follow what I was supposed to be doing, and I just kind of gave up. Not out of fear, but out of just frustration. Dead Space 2. I've never played the Dead Space games. Blair Witch has a game? Actually, no, I remember hearing something about that. The Blair Witch game's a pretty recent one, isn't it? Something like that. Also, the theme I'm going for Kinta, I've decided, is purple. In the same way that I've gone like kind of a bluish kind of looking color for Okarun, I'm gonna go like a purpley one for Kinta. So I make it colorful, you know. Purple's a good color. It was tricky to pick the colors for this though. Or not pick the colors, but well, it is, but yeah. Alright, let me close these. I don't need these anymore. Just Kinta Pose 2 and Lost Balls. I think we'll color this Kinta panel, then we'll leave it there for today. It's already been 3 hours of streaming. That's not bad. I think we've already qualified. Yeah, I think we're already qualified for affiliates because of the test streams I did. So we've already gotten most of the requirements. I think the only thing we have left is to stream for 7 days. This is the 4th because of the 3 test streams. So we'll stream again tomorrow, and then we'll stream Monday, and then I think I need one more. So maybe I'll stream I'll do like a short stream on Tuesday just so I can get affiliate. I assume you just get it straight away. I don't know if you have to like apply or something. Yeah, but once we've got affiliate, we can do other stuff as well. We can add emotes. We can do all that kind of jazz. So level things up. Then I'll spend all of the YouTube streams just promoting the Twitch ones. It's like, yeah, you guys are great, but you can't use a Hikari dance emote like you can on twitch.tv/ninjaristicninja. I kind of want to redraw this hair a little bit. At the very least, I'll thicken the hairline a little bit. Hey, anything's appreciated, honestly. Even just the thought, to be honest. I appreciate that. Did I not? Oh, it was head separate layer. Wait, what? Did I? Okay, we're fine. Yes. Okay, yes, we're fine. We're fine. There we go. Oh damn, that's not bad. I think the best way to go about this. What colour is his glasses actually? There's an official colour I can go with on this. They are bluish, greyish. Okay, yeah. Kind of light bluish. Kind of similar to Oakland's, to be honest. Okay. gonna thicken these glasses a little bit. You're kind of real for that, to be honest. There we go. And then this bit as well. Nice. Perfecto. Nice. Alright, cool. Now to color it. Not like that. Like this. Oh, the bitrate says unstable again. So we might go out of sync in a minute. Kind of hard to tell. What am I doing? Where am I going? Didn't draw that part properly. It's fine. Yeah, currently my stream says unstable. No, I think it's a me problem because my thing says unstable, bitrate's in the red. But I think once it goes back to green, I think then if you refresh it might fix it. Or maybe it's a bit of both. Might be a bit of both, to be fair. But I think it's definitely partly on my end. What color? This color. Boom. I think that works. Actually, maybe more of a purple. If we're going for a purple theme, we might as well commit. Purple. There we go. Hell yeah. Nice. Our bad internet combines and just makes the worst possible streaming experience. Hell yeah. I'll probably only be streaming for another 10 minutes or so anyway, so we've been going for about 3 hours. So I think that's good for a first stream. Then we'll be back tomorrow, probably throw a game into it as well. Cool. I'll cut out the buttons, might as well just do that in advance. So we can colour these in separately. There we go. Yeah, tomorrow around the same time is the plan. And then Monday around the same time again. So I'll probably just be, well, the plan is to be live around these same times. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, around the same time each week. And we won't just be doing photoshopping stuff, obviously. As my brilliant content slideshow illustrated. Doing a mix of things. But I feel like starting out like this just kind of makes sense. Is that too much? It might be. Yeah, it's fine. I do go kind of hard. And it's also good for me because I either have to do the Photoshop stuff while watching videos, or I can do it while streaming, you know? It's like kind of two birds with one stone, almost. Control J. There we go. And now we can just redraw parts of this. The Photoshop streams will be easier once I've got the microphone stand set up, because at the moment it is quite difficult to press specific key bindings. Like I'm having to look past my keyboard every single time. Wait, actually, what am I doing? Wait, reselect that. Then, what do I want to do here? Like that? No. Like this. Right, and then that's gonna. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Perfect. Free Photoshop? Well, I don't need free Photoshop because I've already paid for the actual thing, so I might as well just use it. But hey, if, you know, for anyone in chat who wants to use crap, wrong thing again. If you want to use Photoshop without having to, you know, find the correct version or pay with it for it, you've got Photopea instead. But I will say, I mean, Photoshop, there's a big benefit of using it for After Effects specific stuff because of the way it interacts with After Effects. In the way that you can make these Photoshop documents or files, split stuff into layers, and then when you put it into After Effects, everything's already kind of, you know, split into layers, and it'll remain in those layers in After Effects as well. So that is quite a neat little aspect of it. Because the way I used to do is I used to just cut them out in Photoshop, and then I'd put just a PNG into After Effects, then I'd split it in After Effects into multiple layers, and then redraw stuff in After Effects, which sucks. It's a horrible idea. The paint tool is not good at all in After Effects. It clashes with other effects. It's just not a good idea. You know, and it's actually only towards the end of the culling game MMV, specifically when Kenjaku joins the video. It's only at that part that I started using Photoshop like that. Because up until then, it was just PNGs. So, didn't make my life easier, but that's fine. There we go. Now I've got the buttons, lost balls, boom, boom. Nice. Buttons done. Easy. Now we don't have to worry about them here. Next part, I will highlight. Okay. So what arcs of is your MMV going to cover? It's going to cover. It's not going to like cover all of the specifics of the of the series. I've heard of GIMP as well, by the way. But yeah, because of the style of it, it's not going to go into like super specific stuff. It's going to show stuff from each arc, but it's going to cover up until the arc where kind of Vermola's introduced. So it's not going to get into the stuff with the what's her face, the class president lady who can sing. It's not going to cover her stuff. Yeah, so just kind of highlights of up to that point. Okay, yeah, I know what I'm going to do. Just making the highlights into their own separate layer just makes things a lot easier for this kind of colouring, I'm realising. Saves a lot of trouble. And it doesn't have to be perfect either, because we're not just going to colour them, we're just going to colour with a flat colour instead. Like with this one, which is a flat color. So I kind of want to include that. I think there's definitely space for it. There's like a specific part of the song where I can add that, so I'd like to, because that's one of my favorite that kind of locked in eating curry
panel's one of my favorites in the manga, so I'd like to add that. Go. I'm surprised I've gone this entire stream wearing this onesie. This can be the stream uniform. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be, to be honest. It's much worse. The reason I actually got this onesie is because I went to Anime New York City. It was a convention in New York, and that was during the summer. And I wore that while walking around. And that was quite difficult. I was sweating buckets. I had to take frequent water breaks and like take it off and just like sit there drenched in sweat. So I guess in comparison, this isn't actually that bad. I'm probably going to stop streaming in 10 minutes, so I will take it off soon, do not worry. Okay. There's quite a lot of highlights, but that's not bad. Oh. Well, I thought I would. I thought I'd get 10 minutes into the stream and be like, I can't do this anymore, and just kind of take it off. But I felt okay, surprisingly. It is pretty cozy. It's the first onesie I've worn, I think. Maybe. I think I owned a Pikachu onesie before this years ago, but I don't... oh, crap. Did I just right-click? Okay, we're fine. I did right-click. That's annoying. Damn it. Whoops. I think I right-clicked onto the other monitor. That's annoying. But that's fine. We can just quickly redo. I don't need to be as careful, to be honest. I think I'm being a little bit too careful, if anything. Doesn't need to be the perfect shape. But you're wonderful cozy in a Typhlosion costume. Typhlosion is catching every stray in this stream. I like how legitimately every time we mention Pokemon as a franchise, Typhlosion gets caught in the crossfire. But he deserves it, you know, for what he did, supposedly, according to leaks. His PR team need to work overtime. I think Game Freak should put out like an official statement. Like, regarding the leaks, the stuff about Typhlosion is not true. Because anyone with like a Typhlosion related brand or profile picture is in the trenches, fighting for their lives. I mean, I think it'll just stick around in the same way that like that stupid like Vaporeon. Did you know Vaporeon something? You know, like the fucking breeding group type thing, whatever it is. I can't remember what the joke is, but I think it would just stick around in that same kind of way. I'm not actually sure on the details of the Vaporeon thing, but I don't really want to know, to be honest. Meganium's kind of lame. Damn. Look, the only thing you really need to know about Pokemon is that Greninja's the best. And that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is the worst pair of games. And I will believe that forever. Oh, I remember Pokemon Go when it came out was like a phenomenon. Phenomenon? Am I saying that? That sounds weird by the way I'm saying that. But that was a whole thing when that dropped.
Okay, so I've got the highlights that I can't see on my keyboard. Highlights. I can't even see what I'm typing. There we go. Nice. Pokemon Go, Charmander, Bulbasaur. Oh yeah, because I only had Gen 1 at the start. Yeah, of course Charizard. Stupid lizard. Okay. So if here's just kind of like this, if I make it more purpley. Whoops. There we go. Nice. So I think we'll stick with that color for now. We can change it pretty easily, so that's fine. Do that. Well, those are the highlights. Maybe that's too dark. Nah, maybe it's fine. I think it's fine. And now for the body. And we'll get rid of all the highlights first, just to make our lives easier. If you're gonna play any Pokemon games, I just recommend some of the 2D ones. That's my favorite. Though I am biased because they're the ones I kind of grew up with. Oh, whoops. There we go. I like to keep track of where that is. If I just quickly do that. And then just kind of reselect. No? Okay, maybe not. Never mind. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. You cried at the Mewtwo move when you were a kid. What happened in that one again? Oh, that's the one where Ash turned to stone, right? That makes sense then. Where they had to, like, fight clones of each other, all the Pokemon, something like that. I haven't watched that film in a very long time, so I might be wrong. Okay. I think my favorite. Actually, no, I don't. Oh no, my favorite Pokemon movie is the Darkrai one from Diamond and Pearl. Probably. I watched that one a lot as a kid. There we go. And then like this. These darker colours are always a little bit trickier to draw. I think I might have done it in a bit of an awkward way as well, which has not helped, but that's fine. It'll work out. There we go, that's better.
Nice. Now, to grab something like this, but make it purple. Maybe more of a darker purple, I reckon. I like the colour. Hell yeah. The Lugia movie. I can't remember that one. I think I've definitely watched all of the Pokemon films, but I watched a lot of them when I was quite young. I think I've watched them all. To be honest, it's been a minute. So, hair color. Ooh, it's tricky. I already added them. Whoops. Oh, well, that's fine. There we go. Yeah, okay. I think I know what to do for his hair. Do the same as before with the highlights. Just cut them out separately. I think another Pokemon film I liked a lot. I don't know if this is the Lugia one. I don't think it is. It's the one with the Reggies and the Lucario. I think it's before Sinnoh even came out, actually. They showed Lucario in the film. Something like that. But I remember liking that film a lot. And I liked how they made the Reggie Pokemon sound. I think after I've just cut these highlights out, I'm going to end the stream. Because it is midnight where I am, and I am getting a little tired. And we've been going for 3.5 hours, so I think it's a pretty good time for first stream. And we were able to actually color, eventually, Vamola, so shouldn't be too much trouble next time at least, now that we have the color palette. I'm 2 hours behind Turkish time. Ah. So what's 2 AM where you are? Thank you, Beanstar. I appreciate that. Go. Why don't I play some Hades 2 tomorrow? Could be some Hollow Knight. I'm not sure yet. I'll decide. I'll spend the day thinking about it. Boom. Yeah. Alright, perfect. I'll live with that for today. Yeah, we're going to hit that 3-hour minimum each stream. That's how the hashtag real streamers do it, or something like that. Alright, oh. Thank you to everyone who's here still, and thank you to even those who've departed. Much appreciated. Good first stream. Enjoyed it a lot. We had a lot of really great takes in the chat, I gotta say. Like game taste, anime taste, manga taste. It was a beautiful thing. So yeah, hey, just a heads up.
I didn't actually finish my bye-bye ending stream screen. So, it might be a little worded a little bit impolitely. It was supposed to be a placeholder. I never actually finished the final version. But I do appreciate you. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys later. Good night. See ya. Bye-bye.